Well, good evening, everybody. We are here again. We haven't been here for quite a while, but we're back with some D&D. It's been, God, how many weeks? Fucking 6 weeks, 8 weeks? Been almost 2 months, I think, since we played last. Through absenteeisms and sicknesses and things and stuff and IRL shit, but it is what it is. But we're back.
It's almost crippling.
Just a little bit. But we have returned, and we're going to get right into it. We are missing a player tonight, so Blapple is working, unfortunately, so is unable to make it, but she has given me some instructions on her character. So her character will not be involved in RP in a major way. There'll be some real basic stuff. So be aware of that. Try not to involve her in too much RP, because I don't want to RP a character that I have not created. And if we do end up in a combat situation, she will hang at the back and do the basics, and that'll be about it.
Yeah.
But she has been, she has been very quiet of late anyway, so it will kind of suit the character at this point. However, so we will recap our last session for myself and for the players and for the viewers, because it's been a while. So session 14, the cure, the last we left off, you had woken after a night at the Blue Water Inn. Reid now experiencing heightened senses similar to Ripple. It seems that Reid has also succumbed to the bite of the vampire spawn and is now showing the same symptoms. It was quickly decided that you needed to go to the local church and pursue the cure for Ripple and Reid, which you did so. After asking for directions, you head right there. You found St. Andrew's Church in the west of Vallaki. Old and somewhat run down, but sturdy. As you entered the building, you spoke with a cleric, Father Petrovich, whom after examination of Ripple and Reid offers insight and aid in the form of an old scroll containing a recipe with instructions on a cure. Eventually you head out and search for the nightshade, which is found in the forestry of this land, and you know, obviously this land is thick with forestry. Heading southward, you quickly, with some pretty decent rolls if I remember rightly, stumble across the plant that you require. However, while you're out in the forest dealing with this particular situation, a half-naked man appears, crashing out through the trees and underbrush, seeming confused and some not really lost, but kind of lost. It was his explanation of why he was out there was dubious at best. From memory, there was some assumptions thrown around. I'm not going to confirm nor deny, but there was definitely some suspicions there, as eventually he continued on his journey wherever he was headed and left your vicinity. Once heading back, you ended up going past the Arasek yards and heading back into the town square, where a bunch of people had gathered. The posters for the upcoming Sun Festival, more so now, are sort of put up all over the Vallaki township. You witnessed a man shouting some obscenities to the burgomaster and his wife as they strolled through the centre of town. He was quickly dealt with by a large individual carrying a rather large axe and had a deformed hand. It was interesting looking at. It was odd, but it's not like you haven't seen anything like that before. But he had a rather enlarged, deformed right hand, I believe, and he arrested this man and dragged him off, kicking and screaming, towards the jailhouse. You will also hailed by another Vallakian who reveals himself to be the local blacksmith and bids you to join him after dark at the forge. Eventually you did so. You waited till after dark and you headed towards the blacksmith, the directions you were given. He reveals that he's able to help you with weapons and armor for a price, and the price seems steep, but I mean, he did have some reasonable equipment and magical properties, which is something that you've not seen so far in this land. Not that you've been here too long, but prices seemed awfully high. He also seemed rather adamant that you did not deal with the Vistani, the gypsies of this land, which upset Saira pretty badly from my memories. She was not impressed and she removed herself from the situation. You then leave the smith after thanking him but not partaking in any purchases at this time. You head back to the inn with more conversation and the realization that that maybe of aid is hidden in the swamp of Berez, as I believe Saira and Orvan with reasonable roles remembered that the talking of a swamp and things like that, location of the bloodgrass, one of the Taroka card readings, your Taroka card reading from Madame Ava, one of the cards, the first card she drew, made reference to the Master of the Marsh. And to be exact, her words were, "I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The Master of the Marsh knows of whom I speak." And this had reference to a item that would possibly aid you in navigating this land, or potentially this unseen enemy that you have kind of been touched by so far. So with that, you wake again, no sunshine, but a dreary overcast day. You can see the sun glowing through the clouds. Like, it's not like it's a fine day, but obviously the cloud and the fog in this place seems to obscure that almost every day. It's very rare you'll see a day that is not obscured by this weather in this land, it seems. But you wake, you go through your morning rituals, you have food, you drink, you get yourselves prepared today. You know what your task is. You've got a journey ahead of you. You know that you need to travel for at least a day, if not two. Based on Saira's knowledge of this land, after what you've found out about her heritage, the fact that she has ties to this land and ties to the people here, your travel will be a little swifter as she has full knowledge of these lands. So any travel times now will be cut down by several hours because of Saira's knowledge of the local area. So it will make some places which would normally be difficult terrain won't be so bad because she does have that knowledge. So I'll turn it over to you as you come together, either inside or outside the inn. It's up to you. You come together as a group. Once again, you've woken. First things first, however, first rolls of the evening, I need Reid and Ripple to both make a wisdom saving throw, please. We have a natural 1 right off the bat. Reid with a natural 1. Don't forget you have your luck rolls. I will remind you this time around, because you haven't played for a while, you do have luck rolls available to you that you can spend to re-roll those. A failure from Ripple as well. Do we have any luck rolls being used? Or are we going to take the rolls that have given?
Saving rolls are at the top, eh?
That was an ability check, so yes, you rolled the wrong one. The saving rolls, it'll stay on there.
Yeah,
it'll stay on your sheet.
Scrolled up far enough.
I will forgive discrepancies. We haven't played for a while. Sheets are a bit weird. They have changed a little bit. So Ripple, you're good. You going to keep your natural 1, Reid, or are you going to use your luck roll?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
So Reid, funnily enough, because you were a little delayed on the symptoms, this is technically your first failure, major failure with this. Ripple, you wake, you have a thirst, not for coffee, not for wine, not for water. You can smell the copper in the air of there's blood close by, and you know this place is they butcher animals here for food, so you can probably pick up pretty quickly that it's animal blood. The craving is not enough to, however, affect you so much, but it definitely, you can almost taste it. You sort of, oh, that smells so good. No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good there. I'm okay. Reid with a natural 1. Unfortunately, the case is not the same for you. You wake and you smell the animal blood. You're not entirely sure that it is animal blood. You're a little bit behind where Ripple is in the time frame here, but you are super thirsty. You cannot resist. You need to find the source of this blood. You need it. It's something you have to have. So I'll leave it up to you how you sort of react to this. You can role play it out with your group.
So we're outside or inside?
Up to you guys. Are you meeting inside the inn or are you meeting outside?
Probably inside.
Because we'll say this is after meal, so you've had your morning meal and everything like that. So it's up to you whether you're going to sort of gather at the door ready to head out, or you're gathering outside.
Probably outside the door then.
Okay. So that scent will be a lot stronger if you're outside.
Because they obviously butchered the animals outside.
It would appear so. The scent is coming from the rear of the building. It is super strong for you, and it is irresistible. You need that blood.
Yeah, I'd probably be heading that way very quickly.
So I would say no perception rolls needed. All of you, as you gather out the front of the inn, ready to head out towards the swamp to find the next ingredient for the cure, Reid just spins on his heels suddenly and starts stalking towards the back of the inn.
Oi, it's not that way. Reid.
He does not respond and just keeps walking.
We should probably go after him.
I reckon he's abandoned the party and we should leave him.
What
It's
if
been a
he
bit
is
weird for a
to
while.
go to the bathroom or something?
If he's feeling, I mean, I'm okay. I can smell blood. I want it, but I'm okay.
Oh.
If he's feeling like that and he's not okay, we need to grab him.
I would say even without an insight check, Ripple, you know exactly what he's going for. You can sense it. You know what he wants because you can smell it. You know it's there, and you know he's afflicted with the same thing you are. So definitely you know that's what he's going for. He's going for blood.
Before he gets too far away, I'm just going to call out, Reid, stop, with my hand on my whip.
Does Reid stop? I would say with a natural 1, you can't help it. I'm honestly a natural 1 on that save. At the moment, you are not in control. The thirst has control, so you do not stop.
If it looks like he's not going to stop,
He does not stop.
Fling out the whip and try and lasso around his ankle.
Okay, so I would say he doesn't see you, so that's fine. There's going to be no roll for him. So just roll to hit. So D20 plus whatever it is you normally do to hit, which I think for you is your dex. Because you can't target him at the moment, but so it's a 7 to hit. That is definitely well shy of his AC. I'd say at advantage because he's got his back to you. So hover over the attack and hit the up arrow. That's better.
The dice was on a 20 for half a second.
So 18.
That beats my AC.
It does beat your AC. So with that,
I think that I'd actually technically be at a 16 because I think I'd be more focused going that way, not spinning
Yeah,
with
you-
the X-rays.
I would say so as well. So, exactly. God, I got to remember you guys' characters' names now. Jurik, I got it. So, Jurik, you step forward and you crack out the whip, and it catches him around the ankles and loops around. And so, what do? Do you pull to take him down, or do you just hold your ground?
Oh yeah, I'm pulling him. I want him face planting.
Okay. Reid, make a dexterity save for me to see if you take damage in the fall, because you will fall. No, you're good. You're good. DC was 10. So you take no damage as you face plant straight into the dirt. Make another wisdom save for me, please. Better. As you hit the dirt face first, you take no damage, but it hurts. So it rattles your brain inside your head, and you in an instant you sort of snap out of the not really a trance, but just that absolute need to get to that blood is broken, and you sort of blink your eyes a couple of times and realize, shit, why am I on the ground? Why can't I move my feet? Do you say anything, Drew? As you step forward to retrieve your whip, perhaps, or find out what's going on?
I give it a little flick just to loosen it, and I'm just slowly walking up behind him, coiling it back up again.
I will
Waiting
run
to
up.
see.
I'll run up to where Reid is, and I'll like brush because he's probably face planted in
Yeah.
dirt. I'll brush
It's-
the dirt off of his face and be like, "Oh my, are you all right?"
It'll be more the mud, and because this place is
Yeah.
damp and messy. I mean, you know that you're from here, but this stuff is
I'll
just,
take
it's
the-
muddy and gross all the time.
Take the brown part of my skirt and just wipe it off. Skirts are meant to be dirty anyway.
Yeah. So Reid, you've come out of it. You've come around. You've realized that you were not in control, but you're not entirely sure why.
I just ate. It's weird.
Are you good?
I mean, I think so.
I can give you a good
I
slap
just-
if you're not.
I mean, I don't know why I was like going nuts, but
I think that's just the thing that we've got to deal with
Are we slapping
for
him?
the time being.
I'll just
Wait,
walk up to him and slap
wait,
him.
it just reminds me of that video where it's like,
Gives you a backhand. Step out of it, man.
oh. Okay then. Are we going then?
Yes, we should. Hurriedly.
This way, not this way.
And Orban seems preoccupied in this moment. She's sort of standing there. She doesn't say anything. She has a look of concern, but almost a look of intrigue as well in what's just happened, and just remains quiet and sort of quietly says, well, perhaps we should get going. We've got a long way to go to get the ingredients we need.
Yeah, that's fair. We do need to get them.
It's still daylight, yes.
It is
Yeah.
first thing in the morning.
I can't remember. Do I have negatives from that?
Not
that
at the
night?
moment. You guys do have, actually no, you do. Sorry. You should have access to it in the notes
Oh, that's
section.
right. Yeah, it's. I was thinking it was.
So stage 1, you have disadvantage on perception checks involving sight at this point.
Okay.
So anything to do with sight at the moment is difficult for you too. Smell is good. Sight is not so good at this point. So with that, you pick Reid up, you brush him off, you get him sorted, and you start heading towards the western gate. You pass St Andrew's Church, and Father Petrovich is out the front, tending to some not very well, but attempting to tend to the weeds that have started to overgrow the front wall of the church, and the scythe that he's using does not appear to be very sharp at all, but he's making do, and he gives you a nod and a bit of a wave as you pass him by, figuring he probably knows what you're up to, at least just keeping half an eye on you as you step through the gate, out onto Slavich Road. You start heading westward. You know you're going to have to follow the western road to the bridge, which crosses the Luna River. And then you're going to come to the Luna River crossroads, which again, Syra, you're familiar with these roads. You know exactly where you need to go. From the crossroads, you need to make a southward turn and start following the Luna River towards the old Argenbostel mansion. And beyond that is the ruins of the town of Berez, which you well know many years ago was swallowed by the Luna River after a major flood and was destroyed. It's going to take you a good couple of hours to get to the bridge and crossroad. Anything you wish to discuss along your travels? Otherwise we can expedite and move directly to the crossroads.
I probably just kind of tour guide myself into story about the surrounding area, like you just explained to them.
Yeah.
And I will, when it's quiet time when we're traveling, I'll get a tale from the beyond. So I'll talk to my ancestors, and I brought up the wrong thing, and roll a dice for that.
So roll your d12.
I think is it a d12 or a d6? It's putting an aura of effect on.
Oh, that's inspiration die. So yeah, that's got your tails there too.
Yeah. So I'll just take that in on my off time because I gotta find everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it.
It's a d12.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
So 2, Tale of the Renowned Duelist. You make a melee spell attack against a target. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 2 rolls of your bardic inspiration die plus your charisma. Ooh.
So I can save that till...
Yes. Oh. You can save that if you need it.
And that's all I'd want to do on the travel. So yeah.
Anyone else want to do anything as you travel this first part of your journey?
We're gonna have to tie you to us, both of you.
I'm fine.
Yeah, but you are now.
Well, I'm fine
I've
now.
been fine. I don't know. How does this work?
Should we end up
volunteering, Drake? I could tie Reid to you right now, if you like.
Well, I'm not.
I don't know if I want to be tied to him.
I'm not super weak, but I'm not the strongest around.
I mean, what if we come across a dead animal?
See, that's the problem. I'm the strongest around. So, like, really, is tying me to someone gonna work?
Well, see, that's where magic comes in.
Then why do you need rope?
I don't know, it sounds like a commitment to killing you, by the way. Like, if you're gonna, make it sound like you're gonna be trouble,
Just be faster than me. I mean, that shouldn't be hard. I have short legs.
I would stick him in my bottle, but I can't.
Wait, are we supposed to stick you in your bottle? And then you can't go anywhere? You can't go running after anything? Like...
I'm okay. I actually feel okay at the moment.
I mean, so do I now.
I don't have the urge to... I mean, who knows what happened say if we come across a dead animal, who knows what's going to happen. But
Maybe we
We're
need a
just
gonna-
safe
We're
word.
both we're gonna eat dirt for like 15 or 20 minutes.
Safe word, hey?
I like this game.
Pineapple.
Yeah, safe word.
Yeah.
Where did that
what's a
word
pineapple?
come from? Pineapple.
Pine.
Let's
It's a
just,
made up. Yeah,
let's
apple's
just make
not-
the safe word blood. Makes sense, right?
Wait,
I mean, what's the worst that happens
now
if
that
they
you
eat a
say that,
dead animal anyway? Like, we're,
True. What is going to happen if we eat a dead animal?
we puke.
Probably.
I mean, we eat
Just
dead
wouldn't
animals
be
all the
cooked.
time. You just, yeah.
yeah.
Raw. Ah, rare. I like my steak very rare.
I mean, we could maybe change the conversation. Like, I think we're all pretty curious, and Sayera didn't really say, but if you from here, how did you get to where we are, and then get back here? Like,
True.
Oh,
if you were
well,
here, you know how to get out, right?
Wait, did you bring us here?
Don't.
I mean, that's a lot of questions. I don't think I brought you here,
Only
but
like
I
one
can.
or two, really.
I'm allowed to
Mhm.
go. Yeah,
Wait. Does that mean you tried to escape here,
something like that.
and now you're back?
Well, when we got the quest, there was nothing about coming to Barovia. So how were we to know we would be here?
Yeah, but do you remember how you left in the first place? Like, how'd you get out? Like, when did you get out?
With my people, it's kind of we just when we want to focus, we can just go. We have, you know, we don't think of Strahd as a horrible person. He lets me do what I like. He's a benefactor of kind. You know?
So
Have
we
a
should.
covenant or something.
I mean, he's never been mean to any of my family. He's actually been very kind. Ian,
So
we
we
did
should
say
go
we
see
have
him.
mentioned Strahd, right? We
Yeah, I mean,
besides saying
you've met him. You
things
met him
like
at the
that.
church. You met him at the church of Berez, and he introduced himself as the Lord and Prince of these lands, nobleman, and that's all. That's all he is to you. He's your lord. He's your
Yeah.
leader. He's the ruler of these lands. As far as I mean, you like I said, as far as you're aware, you and your people have been allowed to come and go as you please from these lands. Whether he's directly responsible for that, you're not 100% sure. But there is a force that stops strangers from leaving these lands whenever they feel like it. But the Vistani don't have that restriction, and that's about all you really understand at this point.
I'm trying not to metagame. Anyway, yeah. So I
So-
will. Sayera will explain that he is our lord, and that when I left with Oravan, she is my friend, as you know. I went with you all to this place, and I went with you all to the edge where there doesn't seem to be an exit. Well, I'm with you here. I'm not going to leave you behind, but I've never had a problem leaving and coming here to visit my family.
Wait, so did you get out when we got stuck, or were you stuck too?
I was with you. I didn't walk any further, so I'm not sure how it works with people. Maybe this is something we should ask him maybe we should go see him.
Yeah, like we get these two fixed because like don't want to take Reid to royalty and have him like eat the prince or something. Then we, oh,
Yeah, that would be bad manners.
But that's something. You said you were allowed to leave. You can do what you wanted, right?
Hmm.
So why were you prevented to leave if we tried? Why did you fall asleep too?
I'm not sure. Maybe this is something also I should ask. You seem like a very wizened individual. Do you think you have any ideas why?
One comes to mind. You did something naughty.
Drake, I don't think she was talking to you. I don't know. I mean, I reckon.
I
She was talking to me. That makes sense.
I get the joke and I immediately start laughing.
At any time, if you do not wish me to come along, you just say. I will go visit my family But I am here to help. Because...
Oh, I wasn't meaning that.
Yeah,
You have
it's just
become my
Reid.
friend.
He's fucking rude. Thanks, Reid. You twat.
I'd be happy to show you around the
And you slapped me in
architecture.
the same day.
Holy wow. Come on. Come on. It's, you know.
You were being
Next
offensive.
season, now you're gonna kick me in the pants.
No. You hurt
Just cone of
Sarah's
silence.
feelings. We were just asking, like, if she remembered how she left the first time, not if she was here and she trapped us here. That's insensitive. Out
I
loud.
didn't say that she
in-
trapped us here. I was asking if she brought us here.
Well,
Same.
no.
Although,
It's not the same.
although when you, Arcos, were trying to convince us to leave, it wasn't like Sayira was really trying to back you on that.
Oh,
I
come
mean-
on. Let's not all, you know,
You're all kind of being
Start
dickish. Like, you
ganging up on
wanted
each
to,
other.
like,
It's
do
fine.
stuff in town, and we could have just
Fine.
left, and we would have been fine. You know, they told us we had to leave quickly, and we helped the mayor with her dad, and we pissed around in town, and now we're stuck here, and it's pretty horrible. So I can't imagine Sayira, like, brought us back here, because, like, this kind of sucks. Like, I don't know if you've noticed.
I mean, who had the map to get here? I didn't have the map to get here. I thought we were going to hunt werewolves
That's fair,
or
that's
wolves
fair.
or something.
It's fair.
So we went
Yeah,
in the
big
direction of the
wolves.
map, and yeah.
Pull out
Just-
a ration out of my bag, grab some of the hardtack and just start munching on it, and I sort of offer some to Sayira.
Chew on that.
Jerky, basically.
wow. Let's keep going, guys. It's not, you know, we're here.
Yeah.
We're all here together, and we're trying to get out together. Let's just, you
It's
know.
okay. I'd rather you be honest.
I mean, at
than-
this rate, I'm gonna die here, so.
I mean,
I look at Reid and I'm like, mm-hmm. mm. Mm-hmm.
But at whose hand?
Mm.
And I think it's at this point that Orvan sitting back, walking sort of back behind Moses quietly. At that comment, she quite emphatically states that no one's going to die here, and stalks past you or pushes past you and pushes on down the road.
Something bunched her panties.
that's the positive thinking we need, though, because we've all seen what dying here is like. You don't
Mm.
die. You have to get up
Keep
every night and do
Gotta work night
Whatever
shift,
it is
bro.
they do.
I mean, come on.
It's not okay.
fucking
I
hate
get to
night.
walk through the
Same.
valley and go to the Lord's house.
I mean, Orvan has to be the one that has the answers for you two. She knows a lot about blood. She does it for a day job.
So there you go.
Jesus.
He's a friend from work.
Oh God.
And with that, you push forward.
Keep on walking. Just keep walking.
Over the next hour or so, I would imagine that probably tensions are a little high. The conversation is basic, nothing too superficial, nothing too sort of in-depth, very superficial conversation. As I would imagine that Syra is probably feeling a little attacked at this point, maybe. but she gets it. She's used to this kind of persecution, being a gypsy, being a Bastani. This is something that gypsies get on a daily, which is it's become part of their lives. So it's not unusual for her to deal with negativity on that manner.
You should also be able to read within Jarik that this is just him being his usual jovial self.
I mean,
He's
you
not
guys
actually
are
trying to be serious.
I mean, you guys. I would say that you guys. I mean, I said your team has been together for a while prior to this, so there would be reading between the lines, and there wouldn't be a lot of offense taken, I would imagine.
That's a good point. Can I roll an insight actually? Because
Yes,
she might take it. Like if it's
you might
low,
take it
I'd
personal. Yeah,
take personal,
Yeah.
you know. So I didn't think about that.
if you want to roll insight, you certainly can.
She takes it personal.
Well, there you go then.
I don't think I understand he's
So,
joking because I'm so used to the prejudice.
Yeah,
of,
I would.
like,
That's fair.
asshole.
And his charisma's pretty low, so that stands to reason. He definitely did not get his point across in the way that he intended. But for the next hour or so, the conversation is pretty subdued. You eventually get to the Lunar River crossing, the bridge, and you cross over the old rickety bridge. The one thing you would notice, sorry, the last time that you crossed this bridge, it didn't seem as old as it does now. It seems to have aged quite significantly.
Oh.
Creaks and groans underfoot. It's still solid, like it's not going to fall down anytime soon, but it definitely seems a lot older. Like you haven't been here for decades rather than months or years kind of thing. Which does strike you as a little bit strange. The water is black as it ever is. The water's here because of the sky cover and just the place that the water is dark and glassy and black. Like there's no color to it. The sky reflects, but it reflects dark and not the light grays of cloud cover. Again, something that you're used to, but the rest of you may find odd and unsettling, just how black the water looks by comparing to other rivers you've seen. And even the two sailors, you've seen some pretty dark waters in your days, but this is unnaturally black water. Like it just
Normally-
seems odd.
Sorry.
No,
I
you're
would
right.
want to go down and run my fingers through the water and just feel at home a little bit, but I really don't want to.
No, that first dip
We
into the
saw what
waters,
happened.
yeah, that first dip into the waters here, I would say, has unsettled you quite severely, where you're definitely not keen to get back into the water as much as you love the water, as water's part of you. Here, it's not right. There's something not right with it. You cross over the bridge, and within half hour or so, you reach the Lunar River crossroads. The road comes to a cross intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signposts thrust upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in all four directions, lies in the weeds close by. Not hard to figure that out. I mean, so you know that there should be a signpost here. The post is there. It looks like it's possibly been hit with something, or it's just gotten old. Maybe a storm has passed through and knocked the sign apart. Easy enough if anyone wants to pick up the sign itself and try and attach it back to the signpost. It wouldn't take too much to do. If anyone wants us to do it, it's easy enough achieved and fixed. Once the sign's back together, if that's what you decided to do, you have arms indicate Kresk Selenka Pass to the southwest, Lake Baratok to the northwest, Valaki and Ravenloft to the northeast, and Berez to the southeast. So the southeast fork. I mean, you already know this anyway, so you know which way to go, but if the signpost might give your friends a little bit more comfort, perhaps, than just your word, considered previous conversations.
Yeah, I'll prop it up with the directions going the right way and Make sure it's in the ground.
So I'll get perception checks from everybody. Reid and Ripple at disadvantage, please. So control click will have it at disadvantage, or just click it and hover over and hit the down arrow once you've got your result. So 11 for Jariq, 7 for Sierra.
Good.
Ripple with a 6. Arcos with a 25. Holy shit. Oh, nat 20 wasted. And an 8 from Reid. Which tracks. So Ripple and Reid, again, both of your minds are kind of swimming. And when you try and concentrate on looking around, even though there's cloud cover here, it's bright. It's like this place is overexposed for you right now. Everything's so bright and sort of glary. It's hard to sort of notice little things. Arcos, you'd be the first to spot it. As Sawyer is sort of messing with the sign and putting the sign back to where it should be, you notice the first crow perched in a branch in one of the trees nearby, just sitting, watching, head tilted to one side, tilted to the other, not cawing, not making any kind of noise, just sitting, almost watching. Then you see the second and the third, and as Jariq and eventually Sierra notice as well, a dozen crows now sit in various treetops and branches close by, just watching.
That's I don't know. I find that concerning. Like, birds are a sign. Like, to a sailor, it's a sign of land, but I feel like that's a sign of something a bit shitty.
Especially if you stand under them.
Let's not do that.
Didn't
Wait, what are we not
Reid.
standing under?
Reid mentioned something about a crow? Madam Ava mentioned something about a crow?
Roll a history check.
They were in the restaurant that time. The
They
inn
were.
restaurant.
Ooh. 20.
Yeah, with the barkeep.
You do remember seeing crows in the rafters at the inn, you most definitely. As far as Madam Ava, let's see. Yes, it was
I think
mentioned.
Ripple
Card 4. And Madam Ava's reading card 4, which with that roll you definitely remember what it pertained to. She said, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And the card was the raven, or crow. And she simply said, find the leader of the feathered ones who live among the vines. Though old, he has one more fight left in him. Now with a dirty 20, I will give you the fact that you've talked to Ulrich at the Blue Water Inn. He talked to you about the blood blood of vine, obviously, is the name of the inn in Berez. But you've got the old winery. Vines. Stands to reason that potentially maybe whoever runs the winery may know of whom that Madam Ava was talking about, potentially.
She mentioned that someone would help us, and I think that ties to what Ulrich wanted us to do with the blood on the vine, with the winery. Maybe that's something we should remember. Maybe we should be nice to these girls.
I mean, they're not doing anything, they're just sitting, watching.
We should probably be nice to them anyway.
And Darkos just starts waving at them. Hello.
I mean, should I talk to them?
I mean, I wasn't exactly thinking about whipping them or anything.
Or eating them, you know.
I mean, I guess I can't really talk to them.
Can't imagine getting him
So-
out of feathers.
Arcos, you said that you started waving to the crows, yes? But again, you get a response, bit of a callback. No waving, no flapping of wings, but you get it.
They grow arms and they're like,
Yeah.
hello.
Ow.
Scream.
But you do get.
We just hear a slight droplet.
Yeah. Oh
That's a
wow.
good laugh time.
Mm.
But you get a response. And it's
Oh,
at
man.
that point
Kind
you hear and sort of look up and see a few more circling in the sky above, a little higher, and they start making noise. They start cawing, and I mean it's off in the distance, it's in the background, but it's definitely there.
Is it?
Doesn't seem
No, it's
threatening at all.
vultures.
Yeah, vultures
It's
circle.
vultures,
Yeah.
you could- yeah.
So it doesn't
Hang on.
seem threatening at all. Like as much as it may seem a little unsettling to have a bird circling above you, it doesn't seem ominous to you. As a sailor who's dealt with vultures, seagulls, birds of prey, and that all manner of creatures in your travels, I mean, you've learned to see signs and ominous things and things around the world, but this doesn't have that feel for you. As much as you don't like this place, and as much as this place upsets you, this, funnily enough, doesn't seem threatening to you.
How many of them can we see?
There's
Let's
about,
start counting.
in the trees, about
Counting
2 dozen. Yeah, counting crows. Fucking hell. We'll call them ravens, not crows. That was my slip up. But well, they kind of are crows, to be fair. But there's about 2 dozen in the trees, and if you were to try and start counting the ones in the sky, it's probably another dozen or so circling ahead.
I wonder if they're watching for somebody. Like, not a person that they're looking for, but if they're the eyes of somebody else.
They're intelligent enough to be.
It's a shame. I can't talk to them using magic. But I have heard that some people have that ability.
Oh, and wolves.
Wolves too.
Oh no.
Little wolves, just babies.
Again?
Something about someone watching us in the blasted card reading thing, right? With the still think it's a scam, but you know.
What do you think tarot is a scam?
Yeah, they trapped us here, and now they're trying to get us to do their stuff. Like, you just put the sign back in the ground. That could be someone's job you've just taken. Like, you know,
Wait,
it's
are you
little
saying,
things.
Are you saying that the gypsies are like why we're here?
No, everyone. The mayor wanted us to bury her dad. The hag with the children. It's like, oh, come save the children, poor children. You know, you're heroes. I'm like,
Do you think this is like some sadistic like like amusement park or something?
So they want your help and they're bad?
I mean, it could be like, I don't know, like.
It kind of breaks the whole questing code, doesn't it? And
Wait, are you
My dad.
saying that like they bring other people to do this stuff too?
Well,
it's
that's what
just
the
like
blacksmith
an
said.
act.
Remember, he said like, he's been
Yeah, but
picking
do you
the
think all
bones
of this
people who are-
happens the same way to other people?
no, not that I would trust someone that, robs from the dead, but, this is personal opinion.
I'm confused.
What do you think this is? A test? They're trying to find something? Like, are we? Go away, Ubisoft. Are we supposed to be getting tested to be like? Are we?
Is this like a gladiatorial like trial?
I mean, if people have been
Kind
through
of
this
thing.
before, are we still here and going through this now because they failed?
Is this
mean,
how
we-
the Vistani started?
Trapped here, right? Like, we're all very certain that we're trapped here. Like, we tried
Right,
to
but-
leave.
Where are the rest of the others that got trapped here?
Well, the blacksmith said they were dead.
Wait,
maybe
is this
they've
like
just-
a tournament?
Acclimatized?
So, it to me that sounds like a test. Where if we fail, we die. Yeah.
At those words, Jarik, as you speak those words, if we fail, we die, the crows scatter, take flight. Just the sound of fluttering wings and the crows scatter and take flight. And within minutes, even the ones circling are no longer there. They've just vanished. And it's eerily quiet. You've got the sound of the river quietly sort of winding its way through the landscape just to your east. Sound of fog in the trees and that light wind, and that's about all you get.
That was
See,
This
they
weather we're
agree.
having?
And they don't like it either. See?
No.
Roll another perception check, everyone. Again, Reid and Ripple at disadvantage, please. Oh, he was so close to a natural 20 on the purple die.
Yeah.
Only roll advantage.
Sierra, yes, you had advantage, please.
Oh, okay.
What a waste of a nat 20.
Oh, you did it this time.
Gotta love it.
Oh.
It'd be one of us.
So we got, well, it wasn't terrible, Reid. So 10, 18, 13, 10, 14. So I'd say you all notice it. Jarik, you'd be the first as these birds scatter and you happen to be looking skyward at the time. You swear you can see a face in the clouds above you. Man's face? Maybe? It's twisted, distorted somehow, almost animal-like. As the rest of you all notice the same thing. But so eerily, I mean, it's not a face that you recognize, but it's just, it's creepy.
Is that real or is that just pareidolia? I know sometimes the clouds can look like things, but
Apparel
Yeah,
what?
like, I mean, but normally they look like rabbits or like an apple, not like a face like that.
Really eerie.
And as you're all
It's like
looking,
when somebody casts a spell
Yeah.
and you see their face in hot coals or something, you know?
yeah, and as you all
That's
sort of
creepy.
looking skyward and talking about it, the face, the lips curl into a grin, bearing sharpened teeth almost. Again, it's clouds, so it's kind of hard to see, but it just
Sharpened clouds.
sharpened cloud teeth. Like it gives you a real sort of, it's an unsettling
Sharp and
grin.
fluffy.
all the teeth or just two?
It looks like all of them, but it's clouds. It's kind of hard to tell. Tell.
Just start counting them all.
You have 3 incisors. Wow.
There's one wisdom tooth missing at least.
and
Hey, owie!
and as you're all sort of looking and sort of mildly creeped out by this visage in the sky, it disappears slowly, but it just slowly, the clouds move and the image is lost.
Is there anything I know of a magical nature that could be able to
Roll an Arcana
project
check.
that?
Roll an Arcana. Let's see how
This isn't
much magic-y
mushrooms, right?
magicies you can know. I mean, you're pretty good at the magic stuff. You've got a reasonable knowledge of it, and there are magics that can, obviously, illusion magics that could possibly cause that, but you're not sure that that would be what that was. You just, I mean, you're not close enough to it to notice any magical element coming from it, but there are magics like greater illusion and things like that could easily do what just happened.
It's either it's possibly something someone had the ability to do magically, but I mean, there's another thought that's come to my mind curiously. If you ever collected insects and bugs, caught them in a jar, and peered at them from outside the jar, I can imagine that's what it would look like to the insects, potentially. That's just another thought.
Yeah, you're a weird guy. You know that,
Hey.
right?
Wait, did we just see somebody looking at us through a crystal ball? You
I
know,
don't
like when
know
you
that
see
you'd be
the
able to see
future.
that.
But you know, that's the same kind of concept, right? Like if there was like a vision in a crystal ball, and you'd see the person looking at you,
Do we?
like, because you know it's always like swirly and stuff. So it made me think of clouds.
I mean, unless we're being mind controlled to think that.
Pull out my crystal ball and start looking at it closely now that Reed's brought it up.
She's got one.
Yeah,
She's
when
looking at
Reed
you.
was talking about that, I'm looking at Saira thinking, is that
Uh,
what happens when you're looking at crystal ball?
Jarek, as you sort of, again, you're running through those thoughts about being mind controlled, you're immediately brought back to what happened with Reed earlier this morning. Well, obviously wasn't himself. Whether that had anything to do with his affliction or something else, you're not 100% sure. But you also know enough about magic with a roll of a 23 that you'd know, like you would feel it. If someone was controlling you, the magic lingers, so you would have an understanding that you were not in control of yourself, and you would have the opportunity to potentially push them out. Even if they were way more powerful than you still have that opportunity to resist, and you haven't felt anything along that nature. Like you haven't felt any pressure on your mind or anything like that to suggest that someone has or is controlling what you're seeing or what you're doing.
I don't know that it's anything that is influencing our thoughts, but I'm also thinking I did read about a spell once that has the ability to view from afar, but I don't know it. I've never heard of it showing as a face before. That's different.
I mean, I've seen other people's magic. They all appear differently. I think it's like a personalized thing, right? Like mage hands look different, and
There's some truth to that, yes. This was big, right? This was something we all could see. I mean, it makes me wonder if we weren't the only ones looking up in the sky, if they saw it too.
Wonder
Do
if
you
that's
think
why the
that's-
crows. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Great
Well, that's
minds.
why the crows left.
Which
Wait, you think the cloud face was blowing on the crows wrong, and they didn't like that? So
You think that's scary?
It's not a topic I'm particularly
burst.
well, versed in's a different thing. You know, I've read a lot about religion, but this would be more something up Orvan's skill set. But the only other thing I can think about is, could this be some sort of divine entity?
Speaking of Orvan, as you guys are discussing and looking around, and you sort of turn to see if Orvan's got any input or insight into this, And she's gone. She's not there.
Hmm.
Oh, when did we last see her?
Well, she went ahead of us, remember?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
she stop when we stopped at the sign?
She
we're still
she
here.
was ahead of you, crossing the bridge, and then she dropped sort of again back to the back as you guys sort of came to the sign, and sort of hung back a little bit. But
Oh, I am
you're
gonna
not
die.
entirely sure how long she's been gone.
Which direction?
You're not sure which direction. I mean, you're standing at a crossroads. She could have gone anywhere.
Wait, you guys have, do you guys have those better senses that she was talking about? Like maybe you can smell her. Like She
I was
smells.
just thinking that.
Yeah?
You can give it a go.
She
I mean-
smells?
I mean,
Well, I mean,
she would have a scent.
She would.
I mean, clerics are cleanly, so I mean, this place stinks. I mean, you can probably pick that out.
You can give it a go if you want.
Well, why not?
So
Oh, well.
Reid and Ripple would be perception, but it'd be just a straight roll, not at disadvantage. Oh, it was so close to an
Yeah,
80
that was
20.
great.
It was so close to an 80 20.
It just
I had the
didn't
20
want it.
tilted back to the 2. So
Reroll,
Reid,
dude.
nope. All you can smell is fucking wet birds and
Swamp.
and you can probably smell the swampland from here. Like there's definitely wet ground from the river and things like that, but you don't really smell a whole lot. I'd say you probably still have the scent of that coppery, irony smell of blood in your nostrils from earlier. Still, Ripple with an 11, I would say. You're not going to be able to determine which direction she went. But I mean, you sort of catch a scent. You can smell it, but you can't determine
Not
which
quite
way.
sure which way it's gone.
You got no idea which way. But the scent's still there, so that she must have only like recently
I'll yell for
disappeared.
her.
You could. You call out.
Mm.
You get no response.
That's not okay.
Does she do this often?
There are no crows, correct?
There are no crows.
Would you? No.
You should have tidied each other up.
Can we
Well,
see footprints in the... Any fresh footprints in the grass? Would that be something that'd be worth looking for?
Be an investigation, but it means looking, so disadvantage for Ripple and Reid.
I'll help you with it.
Yeah, I can. I want to do it.
So everyone roll investigation if you're looking for potential footfalls, but Reid and Ripple will be at disadvantage. Nice one, Ripple.
Ooh.
Drake with a 22, 21, 19. Be some big rolls there. Not bad from Reid either.
We've done this last one.
So that's some pretty good rolls here as a group. That's pretty impressive. You look
This is
around.
when this is when the DM's like, please roll low because I don't want to have you chase after the character that's
No,
not
no,
here.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I have contingencies for everything. As you look around, you do notice. I mean, Orvan wears but she wears armor and things like that. So she's got very distinctive footprints. They stand out from the standard sort of linen boots and leather boots that most people wear, and they seem to be tracking southeast towards Berez.
I
Is
get
that
it.
where we were going?
That's where you were going.
See, she just didn't want to get bothered by all the stuff we're distracted by, and
True.
she wants me not to die.
It's on a mission, yeah. Maybe she just went ahead.
I mean, what's the point in standing here? I mean, we may as well catch up to her.
I mean, you have been standing here for quite some time discussing.
Yeah, it's been like 20 minutes.
Wouldn't
if
want her
not
to
like
be out
4
there.
hours. Who knows?
I mean, game time would be more like an hour. We've been hanging around here for like an hour now.
Set up
I don't
shop.
want her to be all alone. Let's, yeah.
Roll
So,
out the fucking like
as you
take a nap.
turn southeast towards following again, the sign says Berez. You start heading in that direction. The road is again muddy, wide enough for a large wagon, easily like double horse drawn. So it's a good size road. You travel for an hour or so. The road is winding, so it's not a dead straight road. So you don't really get to a position at any point where you can see like hundreds of feet or and that in front of you. So you don't really catch sight of Orvan at any point in this first hour or so, until you round a corner and you see Orvan standing in the road, looking to the east, across the river, just standing, hands at the side. It looks like she's staring off into the forest across the river, and she's probably a good 100 feet in front of you guys right now.
I thought out of all of us, you'd be the wisest person among us and know that it's not good to split the party. Why'd you walk off?
She doesn't acknowledge that you've spoken to her. I suggest that you got a good 100 feet. You would have had to have yelled at her from where you're at the moment.
I'd probably just like whistle really loud.
She doesn't respond. Just remains staring across the river.
We could continue walking towards her. We don't have to like
Or
shout
should
from
we?
afar.
But she's not responding, and it's kind of creepy. So maybe
I-
we should sneak up on her.
I ready my whip just in case she's also lured by.
Just gonna walk up to her, and if I can get in front of her, just wave my hand like, "You okay?" No.
She, for a second, she just stares across the river intently, and then she sort of turns. You can see her eyes then dilate and then refocus, and her eyes then sort of flick to you, and she softly says, "We haven't got much time. We need to hurry."
I'm sure everybody's probably followed me and heard that, so
Yeah.
I will nod at her and pat her on the shoulder, and I'll say, we need to get going before it gets dark. Let's find these herbs that we need."
And again, I say the mention of it's going to get dark soon. You know the days are short here. As much as days sort of run hours, the nights are a lot longer than the days. You've been traveling for the better part of half a day, and you will need to stop and rest and eat at some point. Up to you if you decide to keep going until dark, or you want to stop and have a short rest before continuing onwards. But Orvan seems adamant that you need to get to wherever you're going quickly. And you know you're not going to get there today. Like you're going to have an overnight stay before you get to where you're going. You know you've got at least another day's worth of walking to reach the ruins of Berez.
Do I know of any safe places we could camp as close as possible to where we're going, so we can make the best time? Or
You know that by sundown, with your current pace, you would reach the old Argenvostolt mansion. It's a ruin, like many things are here in the south of the land, but rumors and legend and rumors that there's definitely things potentially at the mansion. I mean, all manner of creatures could have moved in the time that's been abandoned. ghost stories have been told around the Vistani campfire about revenants and such potentially coming from Argynvost, hell-bent on revenge against the creature that destroyed their benefactor centuries ago. So safe? Maybe. Not 100%. As far as... Actually, roll a history check for me. Sorry, and an advantage, because I'd say the Vistani would probably know about this.
History.
Ooh.
Forgot to hit the advantage button.
Oh,
It's
double threes.
double threes.
Double threes. You have luck rolls, don't forget.
I'll do a luck roll.
I'm gonna do a luck roll.
Yeah.
So re-roll that with advantage.
Oh, okay. 30, 20.
You can roll it with advantage anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case you get a natty 20.
No.
No. So,
15 and 20s.
so a 20. With a 20, dirty 20, Argynvost would, I mean, it could be relatively safe, but there are risks. However, on the outskirts of Berez, which it would take you past dark to get there, but there is a place which used to be sacred to the druids of these lands before a lot of the druids were turned by some form of madness. Again, legend has it that a lot of the druids of these lands have been driven into insanity and are quite mad. But prior to that, there was a circle of standing stones close to Berez, or close to the river, where the river turns towards the swamps of Berez. That would be 100% safe. It is a sacred place. It is a place of worship. It's a place of reverence. You would know that if you would spend the night there, you would not have to worry about werewolves or vampires, any of that kind of supernatural creature. It is protected by the standing stones. But it would mean that you would have to travel a little bit into the evening to get there.
Okay, so we have two options. There's a mansion that gives us shelter and maybe some warmth, but it's kind of haunted a little bit with some, it's got issues, you know, it's a fixer-upper kind of thing. Then there's a druid circle, but we'd have to go into the night to travel a little bit, but that one would be completely sacred ground and protected, not sheltered, though. But we would be safe.
We have 10 siblings.
I'll leave it to you guys.
Druid circle versus another haunted house.
I'd go Druid circle.
I like ghosts,
Personally.
but they're not for
Druids
everyone.
are a little bit cracked, but it sounds alright.
A Druid circle sounds
Didn't
good.
we hear about a circle, like a group of druids while we were here at the end?
I don't think so. Possibly.
I don't remember.
Are we able to travel in the evening a little bit to get there?
If you were not to stop for a rest and eat now, you would get there just after dark. If you would have to pick up the pace a little bit. But you could get there like literally just after dark. Otherwise, if you stop and rest for have a short rest now, it would be well after dark before you got there.
I would say let's keep going.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to stop or eat or anything.
We can munch as we go.
Yeah.
I think we keep moving.
Keep moving.
So the word is to keep moving. So you pick up the pace a little, opting to head for the summoning circle. This druid circle, it's not a summoning circle.
The circle of thunder?
The circle of stuff. So you pick up the pace and not running, but you're at a very brisk walk, hurrying to beat the sun setting. over the next couple of hours, you see many different animals. The crows return, circling overhead, but again, quite high, but they seem to be almost following somewhat. It seems a little odd, but everything's odd in this place. You do see a deer for the first time, a stag. However, not your usual tan colored deer. It's very dark gray fur, antlers of onyx black. Like, it's definitely not your typical deer, much larger than the average deer as well. And it doesn't seem afraid as you get nearer to it. It's on the other side of the river. It doesn't spook like you would expect a deer to spook and take off into the forest. It sort of watches you from the other side of the river and then slowly turns and disappears into the forestry after a time. Anything in particular you guys want to do over the course of this traveling? Like, is there anything you want to discuss with each other? Anything you want to look for? Anything like that?
I would have said that there would have been good eating to get a stag, but I don't have a... I'm guessing that's not a stag. Not really.
Looked like a stag. It's just different.
That's a trap too. See, I knew if I explained myself, you'd start to understand. All
It's
I
a
think that
trap.
was just a stag, and I think you might be going crazy.
Can you tell what is there and what is not?
I try not
Wait.
to think about it too much.
If the stag isn't a stag, is the ground the ground?
Are the crows not crows?
At that
Are
Sometimes-
you not
Why
you?
is the green
Wait,
purple?
Is
Ah.
the
am I not
rabbit-
me?
At that moment,
Rabbit.
you see Jarik casting a spell, and after a moment, you see as he grows large antlers on top of his head as he casts Alter Self.
So you aren't you.
Ah,
I knew
Boot
it.
it.
That's not Jarik.
I'd say that would be good eating, but I don't think that's a stag.
No,
Don't eat Jarek, you will get sick.
probably really tough
Whoa.
meat.
I
Wait,
have worms.
you've eaten Jarik?
You.
Oh,
Riddled with worms.
Mm,
I must be a heavy sleeper.
yeah. Sometimes I find it difficult to remember which one of you is crazy and which one of you is stupid. The gap is very narrow. Let's.
I don't
keep-
know what you just said.
Walking and
so,
talking, walking and
I mean,
talking.
Hey, you've made it clearer for me. Thank you.
I don't get it, but I like it.
So,
I keep this up, by the way.
as you continue onward, you now clear the tree line for the first time, breaking into... It's not flat ground. It's rolling hills off to the west. The river's still on your eastern side. There's still a smattering of trees, and you can see it sort of dipping down into more marshlands. To your west, sorry, you would know exactly where to look and where it is. You could point it out to them if you wish. But the old Argynvost mansion, even though it's in the distance, it's not totally clear, but you can tell even from this distance, it's a huge mansion, 3-4 stories high. Obviously, in its heyday, would have been an amazing mansion. It was a beautiful building. It housed the Argynvost, the Argynvost clan, which is the Argynvost was a white dragon, and the house was home to him and the Knights of Argynvost, who were the protectors of these lands before war came to these lands, and before Strahd's father and the invasion happened. Like, this land was lost in war, and Argynvost, the clan of Argynvost, lost in that war. Legend has it that Argynvost was slain by a supernatural creature, at the behest of Baron von Zarevich, Strahd's father. And the Knights of Argynvost have sworn revenge. And rumor has it and legend has it that the Knights of Argynvost have become revenants and will not stop until they restore Argynvost to its former glory. Hence the haunted mansion rumors and legends. No one that's been there has actually seen anything, not that you're aware of, but you've heard many stories.
I will tell all of this because I think that Zurich and Arvan, who love history and architecture, might find it a positive. I would find it positive because of the coast. And
yeah.
So I'd love to live there.
Oh, it's an amazing, like, I wouldn't imagine you've actually been there yourself. I think taking heed of the potential threat that could be there, you've probably seen it from a distance, but you can imagine what it once looked like, and it would have been a magnificent home, fit for royalty. Like, it was a dragon. Why wouldn't it be fit for royalty? Dragons are legendary, and especially white dragon, like when we say white, was a silver dragon, pearl white silver dragon. So silver dragons, metallic dragons are good creatures. They are on the side of good. They look after people. They do what they can, and as I say, the legends and stories about the battles between the dragon and the supernatural creature are legendary throughout Barovia. It's the stories people tell their children the stories of Argynvost and the battles of the Knights of Argynvost and such. So
if this dragon was good, then why? Wait, does that mean Strahd's bad?
Matter of
or was his
perspective.
dad bad? He's just the bratty kid who took over.
Sorry, did you say was Strahd's dad's bad?
Yeah, Strahd's dad's bad.
He's from upstate New York, from Strahd's bad. Strahd's dad.
There you go. We're thinking a lot today. Kind of hurts my head.
The sun is starting to set now as you continue on your journey. You're making pretty good time. You get to the turn in the river so that you know you're gonna have to cross the river to get to the standing stones. It is on the opposite side of the river to where you're currently located. You reach the banks where you believe would be the easiest place to cross based on your memory. Things have changed somewhat since the last time you were here. So as you get to the shoreline, you realize the river's a little wider than you remember, and maybe a little deeper. You've got options here. It is getting dark. You can try and cross here and take the risk, or you can spend another hour finding a more suitable place.
No, alright, I didn't want to scare everyone, but that bridge that we crossed is way tens of years older than I last remembered, and this part of the river is a little bit. I think I haven't been here for a very long time, so I don't know that we can cross
wait,
here.
How old are
How
you?
long do you think it is?
I beg your pardon. No.
You never ask a lady her age.
Well, I thought that would have come across as complimentary because I didn't think you were that old.
742.
I could always take a rope across. We've got a rope that should cross it. No?
You got.
Do you remember what happens when you go in water here?
Should have 50 foot of rope.
Yeah, you estimate. looking across the river, it's wider than 50 feet, which is it used to be about 50 feet wide. It's now probably
So
closer
tied
to
together?
it's now closer to 100 feet.
Ripple, do you remember what happened the last time you went in water? Here?
Yeah, but that was just looking and I could run. Or swim very fast.
But what if it just, like, pulls you in. Like you can't. I mean, you couldn't pull your face out. So
Mm.
like,
Try not to put the face under.
yeah, but what if it just keeps your legs under and then pulls you under? Like
Ah,
you just get swallowed
very
by the water.
negative. Okay, fair enough.
Reid, can you swim? Can you swim? You swimmer? Strong
Yeah.
swimmer? You're the
But
strongest.
not with
so
armor on. But not with armor on.
Get naked. Do
Take it
what
off.
you need to do, buddy. It's all you.
Oh,
This is your
so
time.
I get to die, but the person who can like live underwater, no big deal, right?
You said you were strong, the strongest.
Yeah, like the sense of like lifting things.
I mean,
Yeah, but like swimming, like it takes
Not
strong
lifting
arms
what?
and legs.
I could also swim, but if we're not trying to get into the water itself, then that may
You
not be
could
an
ride
option.
Jarek across, like he's a big sea animal. Like he's
No.
part.
If you were a
things.
bird, could you
No.
fly?
If who's a bird?
You, if you were a bird, if you transmuted into a bird, could you fly?
If I was a bird, probably.
Yeah, if I was a bird, I could probably fly too.
Unless I was some sort of, emu.
Emu.
He's a Kiwi. Oh, damn it, wrong country.
Wait, you're a fucking
Um,
penguin?
Don't go fucking penguins, mate. That's wrong.
Oh wow.
See, if you were a penguin, it'd be useful because then you could swim.
I only say this 'cause if you could fly, you could fly a rope. We could make a rope stringy thing.
Yeah, that would be really cool. But when I got
Just
this,
shimmy across.
when I got these appendages for climbing, I didn't get the ones that gave me swimming.
Should've got a
Flying.
refund.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't somebody have like a heavy crossbow from that building, and like we could just shoot a rope across?
Or I could just swim.
We gotta.
I mean, if you want to risk it, I was just trying to be helpful
mean,
for once.
If we really need, two of us could do the swimming in case one of us needs help out the other one.
Or we could just like tie a rope to the person and play tug of war with the dark water.
How about I jump in now and see how we go? Not far from the edge, so that one of you can grab me if needed.
Is the water rushing?
It's got current, but it doesn't seem super strong. Not in this area, not in this place. It further down, you can hear these rapids sort of further downstream.
Well,
Maybe
I've got
take a rope.
And freeze the water.
I've got some rope on me too.
If you can freeze, I mean,
You can freeze
water, I mean,
five
that's cool.
feet of water.
It's not
Yeah.
very good.
And it,
If
Freeze
there's
and freeze,
nothing
freeze
in
and
it.
freeze. Do a step at a time.
it's just
You could
No,
do
I'll try
that,
something.
but
Marvel.
you'd be exhausted by the time you got to the other side.
I know.
I mean, can you freeze a spot in the middle, jump to it, and then freeze, and then jump across?
We
It's
could get-
it's over 100 feet across, so it's like
Fuck.
I'm can try the swimming thing, like say close to shore, somebody to tie a rope around me, and if I'm okay, I'll keep going.
I'll tie my rope to yours, so we've now got probably
roughly
90
100. Yeah, I would say you got enough with two ropes to get across.
And while I have the antlers, you'll see them shift, and instead my hands become webbed, and my feet also do the same, and I dive in with you.
So you're both going into the water?
It tied
Okay.
together. What?
Are you tied together, or
We
is
just
there
had
a rope at the other end?
Last.
So we'll say that you
Well,
guys got the other end, so that
Yes.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
say.
So both Ripple and Jarek into the water. The water's cold, like much colder than what you would expect. It's not very nice in this land anyway, but the water is icy cold. It almost takes your breath away the moment you hit it. Ripple, you're okay. It's cold, but you're used to it. That's kind of your thing. Do you risk putting your head under the water, or do you keep your head above water at
I'll
this point?
keep my head above the water.
Keep
this
it
time.
above.
Mm.
The current is reasonably strong. there will be a check to see how far you drift. It's not going to stop you from getting across, but it will determine how far you drift as you're both swimming across. So you start to swim. Nothing grabs you, anything like that at this point. So I'm going to get a strength check from both Ripple and Jarik. As the sun is setting down, Ripple, your strength check is going to be at advantage as you are feeling a little stronger. Control click for advantage. It's just a check, not a save. So 18 from Jarik, you're good.
Great.
Can you not find strength on your sheet?
Found strength. It's alright. It's having a moment.
I said at advantage, not disadvantage. So alt.
That was.
You alt for advantage. So we'll take the 17. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Can I not have the natural 20?
No, you can't have natural 20. You'll take your first roll. Take the 17. But you're good. You both pass. You don't drift too far. You drift about 20 or so feet as you eventually make it across the other side. I said it is very, very cold. Jarik, you're shivering as you get out the other side. Ripple, not so much, but you make it. You've got the rope. You guys on the other side have enough rope to tie off to give you a guideline to now cross the river. One by one. Who's first?
Oh, wait. We might not have thought this through. Well, Van's got heavy armor on, I think.
She does.
At least fairly heavy.
So does Reid.
Yeah, I'm a boat anchor.
Are they going to have to hold on tight?
Well, Van, seeing no one else sort of jump forward, says, I'll go. She grabs the rope and starts wading through. When she gets to the point where the water is definitely above head height level, she then is hand over hand with the rope. Her armor is weighing her down. She's fairly strong. I'm not going to worry about strength checks. I'll get... Jarik, I'll get you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh.
81. That's not good. You do have a luck roll. I suggest you use it for this because a natural one in this instance is not good for. You can use her luck roll. That's what I would allow that. I mean, technically she's not here, but I'll allow it for this. It's better. I'll remove it from her sheet. Still not great, but better. She does lose grip about 2/3 the way across and ends up hanging on one hand for a bit. Sort of, her armor has filled with water and is definitely, it's a struggle. It takes her another 10 or so minutes to get across. So it does take her a reasonable length of time to get across, but she does make it across. She, on hands and knees as she gets across, she's breathing heavy, draining water out of her armor. She gets a couple of fish fall out and the usual drama. So she does make it across. Who's next?
I was actually going to say before you made Jarik roll that if she looked like she was getting into trouble, I was going to jump and go and help her.
No need. She's all right. But if you needed to, the option was there. If you want to do it with someone else, who's next?
If any of them look like they're getting into trouble, I will jump in and come and help them.
Arcos, no offense, but maybe Reid, you help Arcos get across. He's a lightweight. I'm worried about the current, you know. And then
the lightweight was the one with.
I spent like most of my life on the water. Maybe you two go first. I mean, sometimes I'm all overboard. Don't go, Grimshaw.
Okay, I'll go before you. No big deal.
Yeah.
So Reid, you go next.
Doggy paddle. It's the best.
So strength check with advantage for you because the sun has set. So your strength has increased a little. Oh, nice, 22.
Good thing I had advantage.
No trouble at all. You hand over hand. You do get a bit weighted down with water in your armor, but you just power through it and make it to the other side and sort of empty out your armor. Same thing, couple of small fish fall out. You're all good. Nothing untoward there. Who's next? Sierra or Arcos?
I
I-
can go. It's
Yeah,
up to
you
you.
go first. If something bad happens on this side, then I'll help you. I'm a pretty strong swimmer. It's okay.
Okay.
So
Well, I will go.
you head across. Again, as I say, the water is very cold. It does. You sort of, as you get in, up sort of hits your knees, think, oh, this is going to be icy. You then step off that small shelf, which drops you straight into chest height. You still touch the bottom, but it's very, very cold, takes your breath away. You take a couple of moments just to steady yourself, and then hand over hand. Once you reach the next shelf where it drops off and the bottom drops away, you will need to make a strength check for me, please.
No.
It's not terrible.
I
Oh,
would-
that is not
I-
great, but
I would say because I think Ripple saved me from water or something before. I
has.
think I don't like the water here. So
yeah. So I would say in that moment you panic.
I will jump in and
Arcos and Ripple, you do see that she you see her panic and freeze for a moment, roughly mid-river.
Yeah, we're probably both. I'd jump in too. I mean, we've got to get across, so.
So you'd both go?
Yeah.
So from either side, you grab the rope, Arcos from your side, Ripple from yours, and you both sort of converge on the freaking out Sierra.
So sorry.
And just as Sierra loses grip on the rope, and Arcos and Ripple, you both reach out and sort of just grab her shoulder reach and pull her back to the rope. And so you sort of flail around for a little bit, freaking out, find the rope. Two friends there now aiding you. No need for any kind of checks for this. 3 of you there, easily enough to, with 2 very strong swimmers, you are able to then cross the river. You all make it to the other side. A little freaked out, a little cold. So you can see from the shoreline of the river here, you can see where the standing stones are located. The one thing you didn't count on is that the river has flooded yet again, and it's on the opposite riverbank to where you are now. So it's another swim. Again, much shorter, maybe 50 feet. Although swim is a relative term, more like a wade, and the current is much less, so no need for rolls or anything. It's just you're back in the water for a few moments to get across to the standing stones.
Did you cut the rope on the other side?
But you
there,
are now
Captain, before
safe.
you came over?
In the standing stones.
This is the place. I'll get a fire ready for us because get all these wet clothes dry.
I'm like, I'm quite happy. It's wet, it's water, I don't care.
And no, I didn't cut the rope.
Never.
I
Meant to
jumped
say.
in to save Sierra. I'm like, oh wait,
It's got
she'll be
I've got
alright for a
sounds
bit.
for
I'll
this
just
somewhere,
cut
I'm
this
sure
rope.
of it.
Yeah, hang on, it's all good. No,
I
it's
cannot
weird.
hear anyone. Why not?
Oh no, we've gone.
Did you mute yourself?
My headphones had turned off.
Oh. Rude.
So sorry, I didn't hear any of what you just said.
We've all
That's
made
all right.
plans. We're
Yeah.
dry. We're warm. We've killed a deer. You know, you missed it all.
Whatever. Nice try. Nice try.
We're happy sitting in front of the fire, just shooting the shit.
So, I will say we'll have that ambient running there as well. You find yourself in the middle of the standing stones. Well, you step into the standing stones. The moment you step across the threshold of the standing stones, you are instantly warm. Like you're wet still, but you're not cold anymore. It's an odd feeling.
Question:
Yes.
Can I go in the standing stones? When you said stop
Yes.
weird creatures, so I'm like,
Actually, you're quite right.
that's that.
Reid and Ripple, You guys don't feel the warmth from within the standing stones. Everyone else does. You guys are still cold, but it's not affecting you as much as it should anyway. But there'll be something that will happen to you later. But for now, you're good. The hell is happening with my fucking headphones? Alright, we're good.
You need to plug them in.
No, I can't hear again. What the hell? Hang on.
They look
Let me
like they
check
are
my
plugged in.
settings. Voice and video.
Yeah, they were lighting up and now they're not lit up, so I don't know if you can.
I have so little power that even the charge is not giving it enough to stay on.
Mm,
He's got him plugged in.
yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
There's a light.
Yeah, my
We
mic.
see the light.
Yes, my microphone. My headset keeps switching off.
And at last I see the light.
Going red again, mate.
Yeah. Some light's better than no light.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it keeps flickering.
Flashing.
He's a flasher.
We'll see what happens.
Mm.
I mean, it should be charging. But yes,
Do a 5-minute break while you figure
yes,
it
we can take a 5-minute
Yeah.
break actually.
Marvelous, because one of us needs to pee.
You probably all need to pee.
out. Sort out. See if it's not picking up connection or something.
Yeah, it seems to be working alright.
Hmm.
Just thought it was telling me it was low, and then decided to do its thing. Gave me a chance to find my notes on the summoning circle, or the standing stones.
Oh no, there's notes.
But we'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. Right, we're back. Problem solved. So, you've made it to the circle of standing stones in on the opposing shores of the Berez ruins. This is basically a ring of menhirs. So on the ground, it's all cobbled, all old cobblestones. It's a cobblestone area. It's about 30 feet and around from side to side. There are druidic runes inscribed on the cobbles beneath you. As I said, the moment you cross the threshold into the stones, you feel a warmth sort of come over you. Except for Ripple and Reid, you don't feel that warmth. You're not able to not cross over to it. It's not a holy place. It's druidic. It's not religious in that sort of sense. It's not divine ground or anything like that, so it doesn't harm you in any way. You just don't have that same, you don't feel that same warmth that everyone else does as they cross the threshold of it. Those of you that have arcane abilities, you sense the arcane presence here, the wardings that have been inscribed into these stones, and they're centuries old, like it's old magic. And when I say old magic, you can tell, Jarek, you would be able to tell with your archaeological knowledge, these stones have been here for a long time. Like, we're talking centuries old, not decades. Probably older than many of the other structures that you've come across, probably even older than the gates that you came through. And they were old. These standing stones are older still. So, yeah, it's dark. You get a fire going, easily enough to get a fire started in the center of the stones. You're able to set yourselves up to organize a meal and warm yourselves, dry yourselves off from your incursion into the river. I will need perception checks from everyone at this point as you're sitting down preparing to eat.
Advantage for us then?
No, not in these stones.
Oh, that's
Straight
fair.
rolls.
Oh,
17, 6, 15, 8. Yeah, reasonable rolls. So I've just got to check something quickly before we carry on. Ooh. So, nothing untoward really stands out apart from there's no moss, there's no insects, no, there's nothing inside this circle. Like it's not dead, but it doesn't look like it's aged almost. Like the outside is definitely looking centuries old, but the inside almost looks clean and new. Although it's covered in, like that stone's old, but there's no moss or lichen growing on it. There's no insects, there's no bird poop, like no animal excrement. Like there's just, it's clean and almost pristine. It's odd. But again, you know it's protected by magic. Magic does amazing things. You sit down for a meal, you all eat, drink. Ulvan remains quiet, reserved, almost like she's praying. Like, and you guys have seen her do this before. She's contemplating and really focused on what she's doing. She's very deliberate. Kind of weird, but not at the same time with her. But it's unusual for her to be this quiet. If she is spoken to, she sort of just responds in kind, just simple answers, nothing too giving or telling. She's definitely not quite herself. as much as she wants to hurry, she doesn't want to hurry at the same time. It's kind of weird. And none of you are druids, are you? No. Are you a druid, Ripple? No, you're a warlock, aren't you? So you're all good. Yeah. It's all good. Reid.
For some reason, I thought Sayera was a
No, she's a bard. She's a bard.
a bard.
Heckin' bard.
She's a fucking bard.
Reid and Ripple, as you finish your meals, I need you both to roll a wisdom save, please. You both failed. Immediately, both of you taste blood in your mouths. It's like, it's not right. I didn't eat anything I shouldn't have.
Feel hematemesis in our future.
What the rest of you see as Ripple and Reid sort of stop and look at their food, put their food down in front of them, immediately you both vomit violently. And all the food you just eaten comes back up. Orvan sort of jumps up with a start and takes half a step back and leans against one of the stones, and you can see it starting to cast something. You recognize it from what she's cast before. She looks like she's possibly going to look at a restoration type spell, and then halfway through the cast she stops and just stops and stares. Sayera, Arcos and Jarek, you watch as both of them almost simultaneously, their eyes roll back in their heads and they both collapse and start to seize. What do you do?
I don't have like a restoration spell. I have healing.
You cast a healing spell.
Yeah, I'll cast a healing word on Ripple.
Healing word on Ripple. So 5
if they
healing.
Look like they're,
Ripple.
yeah, if they look like they're.
You take 5 points of damage as the heal.
Do I see that?
The radiant, yeah, the radiant energy that you release towards Ripple burns her flesh, and her flesh bubbles and blisters.
I'm
Are you?
so sorry.
Can you take that off yourself, or do you need me to? You good?
What?
So you take 5 points of
What was
damage
that?
immediately.
No, 'cause it's like
as
by
a
Ripple.
yeah, as they're both seizing heavily.
What do we do?
Are you-
Does anyone know what to do?
Try and jam her mouth open so she doesn't bite her tongue.
What do you? What
That's
do you?
what you do when people...
What do you stick in her
slice your
mouth,
fingers off?
Arcos? Is the thing.
My arm, of course. Who would know?
Wait,
what have I got?
don't you have a fucked up leg?
You're
I do-
seizing.
I do.
You shut up. You're in the middle of a seizure. You just hold your tongue.
I jam my metal arm in her mouth.
And
Part of my
Bite your
metal arm.
tongue.
and as you do so, she does clamp down with a strength that is unnatural. You can feel that even on this metal arm, you can hear the pressure sort of twisting the metal, not hugely, but it's enough. You can definitely know there's something not right there. And as you sort of look down at her and her eyes start to roll back to normal, the whites are very bloodshot. What color are Ripple's eyes normally? Sort of a greeny blue, eh? Very, very pale. Like a lot of the pigment color is now lost in her eyes. The seizures start to subside. It reads much the same. The seizures start to settle. And as they do so, both of them stop breathing and are now completely still. Eyes open, but are no longer breathing.
If Arcos has Ripple, I'll go over to Reid and try to.
Resuscitate.
I don't.
Row your boat.
As you sort of look, Arcos, as you look down and you got your arm sort of down your mouth and the bite relaxes, you pull your arm out and she blinks and looks up at you. But she's not breathing.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. You are not breathing.
I'm sorry, what?
And
I'm begging your pardon?
her skin color is now very, very pale. As is Reid's.
I'm peppermint green as opposed to. Sorry. Oh, that's not okay.
Wait, anyway, so.
Arvin, what do we do? Is it too late? Have we fucked around too much? It's too late, isn't it?
Ulvan looks, and as she goes to, again starts to cast something, and then again stops, and she quietly sits down slowly and just says, I think I've advanced.
I've already been
Your
standing
level.
here while this is happening, and I pulled out a pointed stick out of my bag.
Do you think we've
I'm
advanced?
just holding it up against my arm for the moment so that it's kind of hidden.
Are you saying that
I mean, I
the
feel
ship's
okay.
getting worse?
So, Reid and Ripple, you both
You.
feel fine.
Amazing.
It's nighttime, sun's down. You feel amazing. You feel great. You do sort of take a look at your hands, and
It's sparkly.
your skin
Oh, sorry.
is very pale.
It's sparkly.
You're not cold, and if you start to sparkle, I'll drown you in the lake. Your skin is cold and clammy to the touch, even to you. Your fingernails are slightly elongated and sharpened, like you can, just feeling it, you know that you can do some damage with these.
That's not okay.
Reid, you feel the same. You feel amazing. You stand up and sort of look around, and immediately you can sense heartbeat. Arcos, Jarik, Ulvan, Saira, you can hear their hearts beating. You can hear their blood coursing through their veins. A deer, or a deer, 25 feet, 30 feet across the river, you can hear its heartbeat. You can sense it. Pack of wolves a mile away. Your senses are extremely heightened. You feel a little uncomfortable within the stones, but not to the point where it's painful or anything like that, but feels interesting to you. Reid, you walk over to a dead tree just outside the stones. You step outside the standing stones and you reach forward, you grab the tree and you just rip it from the ground. It's probably 2.5 feet around. It's dead, but you tear it from the ground like it was a twig.
Holy moly. If it wasn't dead before, it would have been now. What are you doing?
Oh.
As Reid sort of giggles and smiles, the fangs are very evident now in his face. Like, he grins and the pointed incisors are very prominent. His eyes are very pale, as is his skin. I need you both to make another wisdom save. The DC is now higher because you have both advanced to stage 2. Natural 1.
Oh.
My god, guys. I will allow luck rolls from the rest of the team here too for this, because you can aid them.
Use mine.
If you need to use your own, you can.
It's a little better. Not much, but a little.
That's
use mine.
that's what you're after. So you're good with a 13. You're looking at 13 or better.
Oh,
Natural
no.
1.
Oh,
Oh no.
I should have just stayed with the failure.
You should have just stayed with the failure. Natural 1 is definitely way worse.
I mean,
Couldn't get any worse, but there it did.
Yes. So, initially, Ripple, because you failed first, we'll resolve the failure then with the re-roll of success. You're closest to Arcos at this point. You're still sort of lying down, or half by sitting up next to him, and immediately you hear his heartbeat and you can sense the blood coursing through his veins, and it is enticing to you. And you immediately bare fangs and lunge forward, but you catch yourself at that last moment. This is your captain. This is your best friend. Like, this man is everything to you. So you catch yourself and stop yourself and sort of scoot backwards quickly against one of the standing stones and
You
catch
didn't
yourself.
read.
No, you.
Oh, me. Okay.
You didn't get a natural 1. He did. You got a 13.
True.
So you're okay. You managed to fight it off. Reid, however, you enter into a blood rage, a blood frenzy. Advance to stage 2. You've just ripped this tree out of the ground, and you can sense all this fresh blood, warm, inviting. I need you, first things first, to roll a d4. See who you're going to go after. Damn.
Favorite number this evening, isn't it?
Well, that's Saira, because you were the closest to Reid at the time. So you will lunge forward and attack Saira. So roll a d20 plus your strength. So you'll just roll a d20 and we'll add your strength modifier.
Yeah.
So that's low.
So it's a 7.
It's a 7.
Ooh.
So Reid lunges forward, Saira. You're lucky. You managed to see it coming, and somewhat protected by the summoning stone as well. As he crosses the threshold of the stone, it's almost like a vine whips out from around the stones and catches his foot as he steps across, and he stumbles, and you're able to move to his side as he hits the deck. I'll give you guys one chance to restrain him. What do you do?
Try.
Ripple, remember you're in control and it's night time, so if anyone can restrain him, it's probably you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was contemplating hitting him with an Eldritch Blast, but I think if I can get to him, I'll just hold on to him.
Okay, strength versus
Like,
strength.
he's on the
You
floor.
Evldoa.
I'm gonna sit on him.
It's strength. It's going to be a
Arcos would go with Ripple anyway.
okay. Strength versus strength. You both have advantage because you both. It's night time, so it's going to be an interesting roll.
Shit.
I will
Just a
give
straight strength roll.
just a strength
Like
check.
her.
Yeah, strength. Well, you could probably go with athletics. Athletics versus athletics if you wanted to.
Oh, okay then.
But if Arcos is going to help Ripple, you can add a +3 to your roll.
Okay, so.
So
I
make
got
it
10.
athletics.
Oh, athletics.
Yeah, make it athletics
advantage
versus.
on athletics.
Yes.
Okay, so 17.
17 versus, or was it going to be higher? 19. There's only 2. So I'd say with the 2 of you, you're able to hold him, but you're going to need to do something quickly. So Jarek and Sora, if you want to get involved in this, you're going to need to do it now, because if you don't, he will break free. He is struggling hard and he is not in control.
Jarek is observing. He's watching the change.
So is Orvan, funnily enough.
I wouldn't say enamored by it, but he is focused on what is happening for his our own curiosities.
Ulvan
But he
is
is
charging
prepared
a
to defend
spell.
himself.
Yeah, Ulvan is charging a spell, but she is not doing anything in this moment.
Does Reed have his weapons on him? Or is he using his like hands?
At the moment, he
look
does
like
not
he's
have his
charging?
weapon with him. It is like his weapon is lying beside him because he dropped it when he went into a seizure.
So yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I'd
like
probably
that jump.
it'd be by you.
Yeah,
You guys would be probably. My weapon would probably be on the other side of you guys.
it'd be closer to you than it is
I
him
went
for
to
sure.
the tree without my weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could, I would take you into my genie vessel with me, but I can't.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm
6
backing
seconds.
away quickly. Backing away quickly. Moving my full movement back next to Jarik.
So with that, we're gonna Reid, you break free. You had the higher strength check.
Yeah.
So roll a
Towards
d.
Saira.
I would say yes, that she was your focus. So you lunge forward again. Make another d20 plus strength attack. And he's quick, Cyril. As you back away, he's right there. He's up and he's right there with you. Still a low roll. So it's 9.
6, 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Your AC is much higher than that. So again, he's almost stumbling as something is not letting him get to you in this summoning stone. So I'll give everyone another reaction in this point to try and subdue him again before we move to the next stage.
I'm gonna have a stunning curse on him.
Which
to be
curse?
Blinded and deafened.
You're gonna.
Blinded and
Is there a save with that?
I do
I think there is.
believe there is. I only have the curses listed though.
Hang on, where
So,
are we? I will find it in my list.
It's Curse of the Senses.
It should show what the save is too. It's a wisdom save. So DC 8 plus your proficiency and charisma. So what's your charisma?
My charisma is a +5.
Okay, I think your DC is pretty high. It'd be the same as your spell DC.
+3 is my charisma.
So it'd be
spell
16.
DC is-
Yeah.
yeah.
So you got a wisdom save of 16.
Oh, 15.
So you failed it. So suddenly you are unable to hear or see, and you drop to your knees in the center of the stone.
Arcos sticks his metal arm in his mouth and he looks at Derek. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Help,
At the
you
same-
fucking idiot!"
Boy.
At the same
Oh, boy.
time, I fling out my whip to hit Reed, and I do it with a booming blade.
The booming blade.
Which will be a whip attack to start with. But
Yep.
I don't know why that guy's reacts.
So 15 to hit. I think you'll miss with that. His AC will be 16.
Did you say he was?
His AC's
16 without my-
He's
Yeah.
not restrained, is he?
no, but he be an advantage because he can't see and he's blind and deaf, so it'll be an advantage on the attack. So 19, that'll definitely hit. So
So
you'll
you
take
take a
6 damage.
And it's booming blade, so if you willingly move, you'll take more damage.
That's physical damage, yes.
The whip is, yes.
So it'll be half, 3 damage.
Okay.
As you watch as you latch out with the whip and it hits him, it opens a wound, but the wound almost immediately starts to close.
Look away. I don't think we can contain him.
To what Arcos said he's doing, if I was blind and deaf and somebody put something in my mouth, I'd probably like attack them. Like,
Thing is, you
if I'm
can't.
being honest.
Yeah, he literally just whipped the hell out of you. So you felt the pain, and
I thought Arcos said he put his metal arm in my mouth.
No, he did that with
And that was
Ripple.
my mouth.
He did that with Ripple.
No, I did try to stick his.
Oh, you did?
Because I was trying to get Jarek to do something.
Okay.
Because
Right.
I know
Oh.
if he feeds on one of us, like, he's fucked. Like.
Okay,
I
so you
don't
put his
want
metal
to-
arm in. That's easy enough. You would bite down without any, like, it'd be natural for you to bite down on it. It's a metal, so you're not going to bite through it, but you have Arcos's arm in your mouth right now. You cannot see. You cannot hear. You are able to thrash around if you want, so you could make a blind attack at disadvantage. And it would be against Arcos because he is the closest one there.
Does anyone have any rope?
I honestly think I probably would, because like.
Yeah, just make a blind unarmed attack.
Oh,
The rope back at the river.
Yes, the rope is your two ropes. Two of your ropes are strung across the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he pulled out a dead tree.
so
I don't know
this
that rope.
it,
can
that's
hold it.
just an unarmed attack is just D20 plus my strength, right?
Yep, pretty much. So 16.
That's a 16.
Does that hit you?
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Mine's 15.
So what's your strength? 3, isn't it? So it'd be 3 damage.
3, yeah.
So you'll take 3 damage as he just lashes out with a fist and catches you in the chest.
Yeah.
You guys going to try and restrain him again? Do you have rope? Does anyone else have rope?
I will get my. I
I
didn't know I
have rope.
did. I get my rope
have
out
rope. Yeah.
and start
Okay.
rushing to help.
So with everyone there, no need for any more strength checks. I say with because I'm assuming, I mean, Orvani would even probably step in at this point and start to help. And you bind Reid, hand and foot, wrap him up, hog tie him, whatever you need to do. How long does the curse last for? I forget.
I will be looking that up as you talk. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah.
We'll have to put it on my Discord so that I.
Yeah, I think our curse ends when a greater restoration spell or similar magic. It ends when you want it to end, basically. The curse lasts until ended with a removed curse spell or a greater restoration or similar magic, or when the Vistana curses another target. So you can keep it on him indefinitely.
I'll keep it on him until I'm sure that he is calmed down.
Okay, and you are aware that you will suffer a penalty from your curse
I'm
once it
very well
is
aware.
removed.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. So I'll wait till he's calm.
Yeah, so it would take what? I'd say it'd take about an hour or so before he is able to regain some form of composure. It won't make you continue to save because you could potentially keep failing and that would be bad for everyone. But eventually,
I could have made that way worse.
oh, it could have been way worse. Way worse. But
Giant
eventually, eventually it does come. You do settle. You start to calm. The smell of blood is still there. You still crave it, but it is now under your control. You still can't see or hear anything. After a while he stopped. You can see he calms. His whole body, the tension leaves his body. He's not fighting the bindings anymore. And I said it takes about an hour. This whole time, Orvan's pacing sort of around the circle, muttering to herself. And she's watching closely, both like Ripple and Reid as well. Ripple, this time, what do you do during this time? I mean, you've remained in control, but your senses are extremely heightened. You can smell blood. You can sense heartbeat. You can sense life. Like the sounds, the sights. You can see further in the dark. Your dark vision is enhanced further. It's amazing. You feel awesome.
I'm tempted to say to them, really tempted. No, I'll save that for tomorrow. I will just watch Reid, and if he looks like he's gonna get free, I will have another go at jumping on him.
So I have
Hold
him
down.
blinded and deafened, I think.
Yes, you do.
Reid, can you hear anything? And then if you want me to take it off, I will. Any of you? What do you?
Safest overnight?
He seems
I
calm.
mean, at some point, I think I'd start yelling and being like, am I dead? Hello?
Can you hear me? I can't hear myself.
I can't see anything. I can't hear anything,
No,
and I can't
you're-
hear myself.
No,
so
you
like,
wouldn't be able to hear yourself
I think
either.
I'm dead. I can
Suddenly-
feel. I can
suddenly-
feel the ground.
Suddenly you hear a voice in your head that says, "Darkness, escape within me."
Oh, wow. Amazing. Speaking of voices, though, while you're in your darkness and your silence, you do hear a voice. I'll get the rest of the cast to deafen themselves for a moment.
How do I do that?
Click on the headphones at the bottom left of Discord.
Of course, duh.
So, Reid, you hear a man's voice. Calm, polite. Smells good, yes? Power is everything. Do you wish more, perhaps? Or have you tasted it enough? You can reply too.
I don't know.
There's more to come. You are strong. Very strong. But you will not be strong enough to stop the thirst. It will grow worse, and you will kill your friends. You could leave, perhaps. Join me, and you will have power beyond measure. If not, you will join me anyway, and kill your friends before you do. I'll give you another day to think on it. I will see you soon, my friend.
Hi?
Right. You guys can undeafen yourselves now.
Thanks.
Come back, Sire, come back. I think I can
I don't want to
undeafen.
hear what you have to say.
I think I can undeafen
Fuck you
her.
guys.
No, I can't. Come back, Hicks.
Now she's just.
Let's get back. Cool.
The only thing, I think my replies I probably would have said out loud unknowingly, but it wasn't much.
You wouldn't have been able to. Would have been all
Oh, that's
in your head. You definitely would not have been able to respond out loud. So I'll get everyone but Ripple to deafen themselves now, please. Just to be a pain in everyone's butt.
You guys want me unmuted as well then?
Yes, so you might need to speak. So Ripple, you also hear a voice as you are sitting watching Reid and the rest of the group. You are unusual, not from my lands. Mind you, neither are your friends. You have tasted power and you would resist. You are strong. But you will not be able to resist long. Eventually you will give in. And when you do, you will kill those closest to you.
Is that what you want?
Of course not.
So what do you want?
Not what I want. It's what you want.
I don't want to kill my friends.
You want power. Power to resist.
How
want-
to resist? Yeah,
You want to leave this place too, I think.
we do. I do. I want to get back to my sea.
Ah yes, water dweller.
Hmm.
Yes, well, this power will give you the ability to do that. If you choose it. You could leave your friends. Go back to the sea.
Okay. I could, but I don't want to. Oh, I could. I'd want to take alcohol. Yeah.
Well, this will not be possible, I think. Not unless he aligns himself with you and joins you in your
I wouldn't want that.
newfound strength.
That's not going to happen. We'll protect them as long as we can.
Yes,
But
you
why
will.
did you choose this?
I did not choose you. You were
So
bitten,
what- Can you reverse this?
possibly. But what is in it for me? Why
Might
would
be
I
able to
want
do
to?
you a favour.
Why would I want to reverse?
I might be able to do you
This
a
is
favour
much
down the
more
road.
fun. Eventually, you will not be able to refuse my requests. So I win either way.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will indeed. Good luck.
Thank you, and to you. You sound like you'd be quite the adversary. Or quite a friend, not the word I'm looking for.
I would be better ally
Ally.
than
that's the word.
adversary.
You'd rather you were an ally.
This is your choice to make.
We help you, you help us.
Of course. But what possibly could you do for me?
No, you need.
This is it. I need nothing. I have everything I need.
What do you want?
This is a different story. I cannot play all my cards at once, you see. Spoils the game.
Okay. Just have a think about it. Because, you know, favours for
Do not
favours.
patronize me, young one.
I'm not patronising you.
Be very careful what you say.
We've come here. We didn't mean to come here. We've been brought here. Not quite sure why.
Things for you to find out.
And it's just whether or not you're going to be with us or against us.
This remains to be seen. But
Okay.
for now, enjoy the gift. But
Or the curse. Whichever way you're looking at.
that is your choice to make. Gift or curse, either way, you have decisions to make. And soon, you will not have choice. So, make decision quickly. I'll speak to you again.
Okay. Bye. hang up the receiver in my head.
Come back, guys.
Wooden door. It's okay.
Come back.
Everybody back?
Everyone's back. Nope.
No, Grimmy's not, neither's Dill.
Come back. Alrighty. Right, so with that, eventually, do you guys release Reid? He seems calm. He is asking what's going on. Like he's making several requests as to why he's not here or cannot see.
Am I
Am I
dead?
dead?
Oh,
I'm not
I'll
dead, but I might be dead.
I'll look at them for confirmation.
He looks like I'd say he's probably should be okay now.
I will release the I'll release the curse.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken and
Look into Sunny and wave my hands. And do you want me to roll that, or you
yes,
wanna roll
you can roll that.
So we'll leave the bindings on for now.
Ooh, nasty.
Holy crap.
18 points
Then
of damage.
I will fall in the ground in pain. But,
Orvan immediately comes to your side and sort of picks you up and asks if you're okay. She's seen this before. She understands.
never been better.
That looks nasty.
Question. Would I be aware of what happened?
Of the rage, no, it was. I would say it was a blind. You would know that you attacked somebody. You just don't know who.
Then you see poor old Arcos's arm.
So I'm like sitting up, like, kind of like, why am I tied up?
Pretty much. You're still bound, but you can now see and hear. But you also see that Zaire is in great pain. I would imagine that Arcos is probably close. You're all pretty close within this 30-foot circle, but Arcos's metal arm is a little worse for wear. And everyone is sort of sitting looking at you.
There's a look on Jarik's face of amusement.
Are you still holding the wooden stake, Jarek?
You don't see it. I'm literally holding it up against my arm as if
It's hidden.
like
Yeah.
kind of holding it under your arm
Yeah.
like that.
And then-
Yeah.
Arcos is not looking at Reed, he's looking at Derek, and he is pissed.
Hey, why am I the one tied up?
At
I'll
the
give you this for
moment-
free without an inside check. The feeling that you would see on Jarik's face, when I say bemusement, it's a hard word to describe it, but it's not like he is, against stopping what's happening, but it's like when you're flicking TV channels and you're like, oh, hang on, that seems pretty interesting for that moment. It's like he's distracted by the curiosity.
You're
That's
like giddy
taking
with
him over.
intrigue.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's just-
he's
it's-
intrigued
yeah.
by it.
Discovery, yeah.
He's not seen it before, and it's caught him in that moment of, oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think Arcos understands that. He's trying to hold back coming to you and saying, and I think he will eventually, he's like, how could you possibly let your morbid fucking curiosity take the humanity of the one man who's backed you this entire time? If he'd bitten one of us, it would have been fucking done. You heard them say it, you heard the priest.
do you know why I didn't?
If I fucking did, tell me,
'Cause he-
enlighten me.
Because he was there when I changed, and if he'd have done the same thing to me, then maybe I could understand where you're coming from. But I like what I have. Maybe he wants this. Who am I to challenge that? He has to fight it
Works that
if
way.
he doesn't want it.
Be enthralled to something else. Are you?
Enthralled to what? I haven't been bitten.
Well, fucking ask him if he wants. If he wants to be a fucking vampire, you fucking ask him.
I mean, his thing is pretty clear that Ripple doesn't want it.
Think-
Not so
Oh,
sure
yes.
about Reed.
we get these herbs still. I think this. Can we still get these herbs? Is it too late? Or and then he could choose not to take it.
Why are you guys talking like I'm not here?
Yes.
Yes, they're talking around you.
Am
I mean,
I dead?
you're right there,
Yes.
and they're talking like you're not there.
I mean, you're not breathing, so maybe.
Yeah, well, technically you're not. You are dead, kind of.
I mean, I presume you have your own free will. If you want to speak up, you can. If you think that we're wrong or I'm mistaken, do you want me to stop you?
I mean, I don't want to kill anyone.
You didn't die necessarily, did you? Or we don't know that.
I don't know. I mean, I just, you know.
I mean, I don't know, Sierra. Did you want to get eaten by Reid?
I mean, I remember pulling the tree out of the ground, and then I just remember, you know, I'm tackled, and
Let me be clear, Arcos. I wasn't going to let that happen, and at that point, I let a little bit of the stick slip so you can see, after catching it again, that I'm holding a wooden stick, a pointed wooden stick. I wouldn't have let that happen,
It seemed like you would.
but that would have ended his life.
I mean, we could have held him like he was trying to eat Sierra.
Reid, what do you want to do? Besides not kill anyone, how do you feel?
I mean, right now, I feel a little awkward.
I mean, apart from the heightened senses, the extreme strength.
I mean, I feel great right now.
But you're also feeling very, very hungry.
I don't think it's
Right.
right for both Ripple and Reid to have lost their free will in this decision.
Oh,
This has happened to them.
I can
But
get
it's up to
my
them
feet are
to
bound.
fight.
Never mind.
What's that,
Which is
Reid?
why I say I would come to anybody's defense if they were to attack one of us.
But you stood there while Reid was going to attack Sierra. That is exactly what happened.
Can I get untied now?
Thank you.
No.
The tall people are talking.
Oh
Sorry,
God.
Except for Arco.
Yeah. I mean, my ears.
That's
You know,
Technically, his
Call
ears
him
make
fluffy
him a little
people
bit
of
tall.
talking.
Jarika's 5'7", he's not that tall.
The tallish people are talking.
people who aren't tied up are talking, all right?
The unbound.
Okay,
We
I need to insight that.
We
I don't know if she was
need
trying to be
to
mean
find-
or not.
Pretty much.
We need to find the cure, and then
I think I have
we
advantage
can
on
rid
insight.
ourselves
too.
of this.
I do.
If we find the cure, Reid, do you want to take it? Do you want us to give it to you?
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, Sierra is just sometimes blunt and doesn't understand what a filter would mean.
So just to be clear, you guys have access to the stage 1, yes? I don't think you
Yeah.
have access to stage 2 yet.
No.
So I will give you both access to stage 2. So you should be able to see stage 2.
I have to reopen it.
Yeah.
No, it's still only got stage 1.
Nope, it's just stage 1.
God damn it. No, it says you got ownership for stage 2.
I think this happened last time, and you had to like hand it to us.
I might
before
have
it
to.
popped up.
Yeah. Hang on, I might be able. It doesn't matter. I'll tell everyone what's happening because you're going to know anyway. Stage 1. So far, stage 1, you have disadvantage on perception checks involving sight, and at night you have advantage on perception checks involving sight, hearing, and smell. Stage 2, in addition to that, I'm not going to tell you what the DC is. Well, DC 13. So you've gone from a DC 10 to a DC 13 Wisdom save whenever you are exposed to fresh blood. You also now obviously are starting to look more pale and more undead, and your teeth are sharpened, and it's harder for you to hide in plain sight what you are. You have to be covered in order to hide what you are. All charisma checks for persuasion are now at disadvantage, and intimidation are at advantage. So basically disadvantage on persuasion and advantage on intimidation, in addition to your advantages and disadvantages from before.
You're saying, Jarek?
If we find the cure, Reid, do you want to take it? Do you want us to give it to you? Even if we have to force you to take it?
I think so.
I mean,
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't want to kill you guys. So, like...
Well, I don't want to kill you either. But, like I said to Arcos, if you try, I will put you down.
You'll try to put me down. I get that.
He'll gawk at you first, though. 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Not all of us have a metal arm.
Got a fucking whip. Could have strapped it around his face or something. I don't know. He wouldn't have died. He'd be slightly uglier than he is now.
I do already have like scars down my face. So
Yeah, great scars, by the way. We're not untying you. I just thought we should be clear. If we're being honest, you're tied up.
I mean, if I really want to get out, I could. So
That's what I was worried about. But like,
Do you want to try and get out? Is the question?
I kind of do. I was thinking about getting big and just popping it all.
Strength with advantage,
all right,
man.
mate. All right, mate. Just gonna rub one out.
I was actually thinking about using my giant's might and just getting bigger, and
Oh, yeah, well, that
the
would.
rope would just kind of go.
It probably would too. Actually,
I'm
probably
not
would.
raging.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not in a blood rage, so I'm just
No.
like,
so are you gonna use Giant's Might?
yeah, I'm gonna, yeah.
So yeah, you've seen him do it before. He grows a size
I'm
larger,
getting kind of annoyed. So
and yeah, the ropes
And
strain,
I'm
and you
taking
hear
off.
you hear that squeak and tear of the ropes, and they just snap, and he stands up, and he's now twice the size he is. And you take off. Which way do you
I
go?
take off.
Because you got
Nearest
no
animal.
idea. You got no idea where you are. Nearest animal?
Yeah, I just go to the nearest animal.
Roll me a d4.
That was a trust exercise, and you failed.
If he tries to move, I'm going to boom him blading again.
I felt like this is my moment.
I figured that would happen.
So he takes off west.
Well,
So you're gonna, well, you'll have to roll to attack him.
yeah.
And I would say at the speed he is running, it'll be at disadvantage.
Doesn't matter.
That was a
No,
miss.
it's not gonna hit. Yeah.
Yeah, he just literally snapped the rope, stood up, and went boom, and he was gone into the black. And your sight at the moment, Reid, is really good. You have no problems
Well, yeah, I have
sensing.
I have
the-
160
yeah.
in normal, so
But this is now like you can see
yeah.
better. Like it's not about the distance, it's now clarity. Like the clarity is just so much
Right.
clearer now than just regular dark vision. You sense a deer maybe 80, 100 feet from your current position, and you just beeline it directly for it. Your heart, if it was beating, would be pounding in your chest, but there's no sound. It's just the sound of your footfalls. You didn't take your weapon, you just took off. The deer senses you coming and bolts. You have no problems keeping up with it. Let's get you to make a quick acrobatics roll for me. To be an advantage too, by the way.
Well,
Fucking
probably
natural
good.
ones from you tonight, dude. What the hell? Wait,
that's better.
so with a 14, you manage to, like almost like a triple jumper that hop, skip, and jump as you leap forward. You bring the deer down and you just tear into its neck and gorge yourself stupid, getting your fill of fresh, warm blood. It's not human blood, not the same, not even close, but it is satisfying. It does the trick. It manages to sate your thirst for now. What are you guys doing while Reid is gone? Like, you hear his footfalls until they eventually disappear.
And that's
Blinking with my
small,
eyes.
so-
You would be able to sense him, Ripple, and you would also smell his kill. Like, you would know the moment he's made that kill. So what are you guys doing while he's gone? What does the discussion look like?
That didn't go well.
Nah.
He should be okay when he comes back. He's eating
The eating. What is the eating?
animals. Animals.
I'd ask the same question of you, Ripple.
What's that?
If we had to force the cure on you,
Oh, do it.
or
Absolutely. Force
And
it on me if you need to.
end you,
Yeah. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to get out of here and get back to... I want to get home.
I think it was pretty
I'm
clear.
seasick.
I think it was pretty clear that with the uprooting of the tree that it was going to be difficult to stop him.
Yeah.
So rather than fight him, I think the smarter move would be try and work with him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, in that state, we're nobody, and we lose him.
Do you need to eat, Ripple? Or I don't.
You are
I'm fine.
very...
Oh,
No,
well,
you
thanks.
resisted it,
I'm
but you're
hungry.
hungry.
I'm resisting it.
You need to feed, but with your role, you are holding off for now. But the longer you don't feed, the higher that DC gets.
Oh, I really want to hold off as long as possible. But
Just
if I need
letting
to, I'd go and
letting
find
you
a
know.
deer.
Just letting you know.
I should probably go and find an animal myself, just so I don't start attacking people.
For every
Willingly.
day you do not feed on fresh blood, that DC does increase.
Okay, I need to find something to eat.
Maybe find Reid and coax him back home. Maybe you could share with Reid or whatever he's doing and coax him back home. Or, well, here.
Good. Doesn't feeding make the effects worse though?
Not on animal blood. It just sates the
Not animal
thirst.
blood.
If you feed on humanoid blood, that advances your situation.
So I'll go and
So,
find Reid.
as a point of reference, Reid and Ripple, you will both know that in your food was humanoid blood, which is why you've advanced.
Oh, and the food
That you were given.
that we were given. Oh, that's a bit rude. Oh, who did we eat?
No, you didn't eat anybody. You were given human blood in your food.
It was little Timmy.
Oh,
So
bleeding him out
your
back.
food had blood in it.
yeah. Human blood.
Humanoid blood, yes.
What were we eating? That's not okay.
So like I said, both Reid and Ripple. I mean, no one else, but Reid and Ripple,
Like
you
part
would
of the whole
definitely, you would,
druidic- Yeah.
well, you would know that the meal you just ate had humanoid blood in it. So someone or someone has slipped you a Mickey, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it.
So both
Okay.
both of you would be aware of that, and you'd be aware, and also too, one thing before I forget, I almost forgot this. You two now share a telepathic bond as well.
Okay. Oh, well, if I'd known that earlier, it would have made my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
You've only just now that you've decided to go feed yourself and reach out to Reid, that you're only really just discovering it.
Okay.
I mean, probably when I killed it,
More than
then
likely,
she probably
yeah.
would have like gotten like a little like, oh shit.
More or less, yeah. This is yummy. Come try.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Don't worry, I'm bringing
Bit
it
of
back.
steak tartare, deer tartare.
You know,
so
again, just
who-
out of for vampiric freaks out there, this once the animal is dead, you are no longer able to drink from it. You have to
Right.
has to be
Another one?
live blood. You can't drink dead blood.
Oh, I was bringing it back for meat, but
Yeah.
you know.
Alright, I will go and find another one then.
Easy enough to do. I mean, like I said, you've got the strength and the speed to hunt and take one down.
And then we've got enough meat for the people that don't eat blood for a couple of days.
Well, you're
For some
gonna
reason, when that
two
happened, I was
deer.
thinking,
You're gonna
like,
have
the
to
Hulk.
process it and then try and carry like several hundred
Well,
kilos
they
of
can
venison.
have dinner tonight and we'll throw the
Vacuum
rest to the whatever's in the
I would
rubber.
allow you to prepare and dry some meat overnight and take some with you, but it wouldn't be a
Who
huge
gave
amount.
us the food that we ate? We bought rations, didn't we?
It would have been it would have been your rations that you'd gotten from wherever you got your last rations from.
Rude.
But I
Do
said,
we let? Oh,
you've got
rude.
no idea who has tampered with your food, but someone has tampered with your food.
Do we let the others know? Because they're no.
I'm not. But it's, you know, no.
Okay.
They might think I did it on purpose now.
Why would you do that on purpose?
Well, everyone thinks I want to be a vampire, so I mean, you know.
You want to be sparkly vampire?
No.
Vampires
not really.
don't fucking sparkle.
They shimmer.
I mean, this is kind of nice.
Total party
No,
kill.
it's not.
Nice.
No sparkly vampires.
But the headache sucks.
Yeah, no. I just want us to get this cure so we can get rid of this curse.
So yeah, so you have the first part of the cure, well, one part of the cure, which is the nightshade stems. Obviously, you need the garlic. You guys got garlic from a general goods
We
store,
got
didn't you?
garlic
So you got
from-
garlic
yeah,
and
we-
nightshade.
We just need the blood.
You need the
Reed or
bloodgrass,
whatever.
Yeah.
which is in the swamp, and then a drop of blood given willing from a non-human race.
Sarkos.
Yeah, there you go. He might not get
Non-human
me
or
blood now.
non-humanoid?
Non-human.
Why do you go straight for me? Fucking Derek isn't human.
One of you. Either of you.
I mean,
Does
It can't be
the question is,
blood, they can't be
does
mine.
Reid eventually come back to camp?
Oh,
think
yeah.
Vincent.
I was planning on it. I planned on just going to feed and coming back.
Okay.
I just kept thinking of the Hulk jumping from buildings when I was chasing the deer.
Kind of fits.
Reed comes back with purple.
But that's
pants
how
on.
Reed would feel. That's how Reed would feel, even though he's not that big.
No, even like when he enlarges, he's the same size as a regular human. So it's like, but he's
He's the
bigger than he
average
normally is.
6'2".
But with that, eventually Reed does return to camp, and it would be reasonably
Here we go.
late. He does come bearing gifts, or a gift of fresh venison. But it's its throat torn out and it's bled dry, but hey, it's still meat.
Dry, it's good.
Before we finish up for the evening, any more discussions to be had before you do eventually find sleep? And is there going to be a watch order? And what is it going to be? Syra has assured you that you are perfectly safe within the circle, and for the most part, you've got no reason not to believe what she's telling you at this point. You feel safe in the circle. Whether you feel safe with Reid and Ripple within the circle is up to you.
I was just gonna say, me and Ripple would be the best to start watch. I mean, we have the
I was
best
gonna,
perks.
I'll go what?
Well,
I will say-
come out and say this much between the two of you. This is for the two of you. If you have to go for somebody, and I mean there is no resisting it, and you would easily win and defeat one of us and do whatever you have to do, I give you permission to target me instead. Keep the others away. I don't want it, but I want you to stay away from the others.
I don't know that we'd have any choice if it came to that.
I mean, I don't even know who I don't even remember who I went after. So if that helps.
It really doesn't.
During
That probably
the
makes
day,
it worse.
I'm probably going to jump into my bottle and get one of you to carry me, just so that I'm not a threat to anyone.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So for Reid and Ripple, another benefit of being in your current state is you'll only need
You don't
4
need-
hours of rest instead of 8.
Okay. So if we take a half a shift each, then you guys can all
Yeah, we
sleep.
could do the whole night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically you're not breathing anymore, so yes, you essentially don't need as much rest.
Took that much to breathe.
But yeah, there is
I mean, if everyone's okay with
going
that.
yeah, there's definitely going to be some downsides for daytime travel too, though, but not as severe as they would be if it was somewhere else, purely because of where you are, and this land obviously is built for supernatural beings. So you're going to take a watch each and allow the others to sleep. Are the others okay with that? Is the question.
That's what I was wondering.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
I was gonna
Orvan
say,
would be
you guys should be
okay.
safe now.
I wonder if Orvan would be okay with that.
She can stay up with
I wonder if she would want to stay up.
Well, she had the most knowledge about the
Yeah,
condition.
I think she
So she
probably
might-
would for the first watch at least. So whoever's going to take the first watch, Orvan would stay up with you, and probably just to watch more than anything else.
Yeah, maybe one human per
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Reid.
wounded person.
So who's taking first watch with Orvan out of the 2 vampiric beings?
Do you want to go first, Reid?
Sure.
I'll start with Reid.
Okay, so Arcos and Reid, Ripple and Orvan probably seems more fitting. So Orvan, Ripple first, and Reid and Arcos second. And that's probably a good place to call it. We'll start with the watches next session, and I hope with Orvan back, it'll be ideal to get into that because we can fill her in before the next session on what's happened. So that'll be on Sticks to give her a bit of details. I mean, she can watch it on YouTube too if she needs to. It'll be on the YouTubes. But that is it for us this evening, ladies and germs. We're going to call our session there. Thank you very much, players. Well done, great session. There
don't not rest
was.
now, then.
No, you haven't rested yet. So
Oh,
After
okay.
watches.
True.
not yet.
I
Not
don't want to
yet.
get. I don't want to be able to get big 3 times.
Next session, hopefully in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us. Appreciate it very, very much. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Next session on.
Oh, you're on night shift, so we're without a nutty, but we can deal with Ripple. Ripple being a bottle for the moment, most
Yeah,
of it.
Ripple will be in there. Bob.
Hey, there you go.
So that works out. But yes, so thank you so much, everybody. Again, we're not doing XP. It says milestone stuff. But there was potential for a battle tonight too, but you managed to bypass that just very
What,
carefully.
with Reid?
No, well, you
With a mansion?
possibly that mansion would have ended up in a battle for sure. 100%.
There must be
With what?
crocodile.
With what would have been the question there.
Yeah.
But that would have definitely ended in a battle if she'd decided to spend the night there.
An undead dragon?
No, not a dragon.
Right.
There's some large termites, maybe.
Oh.
But you never know. Like anything can happen in D&D, as we all know. But we'll be back again in a couple of weeks. I'll be playing again tomorrow with Grim and Styx and P2. Whoop, whoop. That's another one we haven't played for freaking ages. So hopefully I'll remember what's happening in that one. Now, I honestly don't remember where the hell you guys are at. I think you're getting close to Tolbeer's house or home, caves, things, somewhere. But anywho, we're going to say goodnight, ladies and germs, and we will see you on the next one. Ciao for now.
I don't know why I'm waving, 'cause nobody.
I was gonna wave.